for the Hornets offense is the offensive line. Guys such as Dylan Cleopathy Kinney, Michael McDonald, and all the other guys, they have been phenomenal so far this season. We were able to talk to both Cleopathy Kinney and Hayden Frazier on the Coaches Show a couple of weeks ago. Be sure to catch that weekly on Hornet Radio as well. We were able to talk to them. They talked about the tough love they've received from their coach, and it is absolutely working. The Hornets offense is up to 200 rushing yards per game, and they've only allowed 5 sacks since the start of October. Now, Peyton, I'm going to bring it back to you. What about the defense? What have you noticed about the defense for Fullerton?
The defense, they've been able to hold teams to at least 17 or less, but I'm expecting to see Josh Greniff have a bounce-back game, because even though last week he didn't do that great, he had 4 assists, but he leads the defensive line in tackles and also leads in TFLs. So I expect him to have a bounce-back game against this really good Rustlers offense.
Now, Henry, what about you?
The defensive line has really let this linebacking core to be the star of this defense, in my opinion. We have an All-American at middle linebacker we're going to talk about a little bit later, Eric Rory, and Muhammad Hasuna, who has 6.5 tackles for loss on the season. So those defensive linemen, Peyton mentioned Josh Grethen, but also Oscar Madrigal and Tomi Inoue, the defensive tackles in the interior, have really let these linebackers shine for the Fullerton College Hornets and let them swarm sideline to sideline.
Now, to add on top of that, the defensive line and linebackers have allowed the defensive backs for Fullerton to be ball hawks. I mean, Fred Adams, 30 tackles, 4 interceptions. Nehemiah Norwood, 30 tackles, 7 pass breakups. E.J. Robinson, 21 tackles, 7 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. The defensive line, like you guys mentioned, Tomi Inoue, Josh Grethen, and one guy you guys haven't mentioned, Des Palomalu. He's up to 4.5 sacks on the season. He's allowed them to be the ball hawks that they can be. And you mentioned our All-American middle linebacker as well, Ethan Sharpier. We cannot talk about the greatness of this Fullerton College defense without talking about him, but we were able to sit down with him last week, and that interview is coming up in just a couple of minutes, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Now, special teams, what have you noticed?
JT Ware, he is the all-star kick returner for this Fullerton College Hornets kick return attack. He's explosive. He has a kick return touchdown on the season, and as well as Mark Esley on punt returns. Those two have really put the Hornets in some good field position and really created some momentum out of the gate off kicking plays to get this offense started on the right foot.
Peyton, what about you?
I think for me, it's just the punt and kick opportunity. They've been able to get down the field. Mark Esley has the only special teams TD for them so far this season.
And on top of that, Jameer Cartagena is averaging 44 yards per punt return. He has a long of 80 and a touchdown there as well. And the kicking game, been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets.
Yeah, it has been. Michael Vadk and Nicholas Sandoval have shown some improvement. I think the good thing today in terms of special teams heads-to-head with this Golden West Rustlers special teams unit is that the Rustlers have only made 3 of 10 field goals on the season. So that is maybe a category where the Hornets, if it comes down to a game-winning field goal, which this game could very well come to, they might have the advantage in that category.
Yeah. What's up? Now, I want to piggyback off of that. Nathan Lewis, the linebacker, he was supposed to be the starting kicker coming into the season, got hurt, came back last week, went 1 for 3 on field goals, 1 for 1 on extra points. Those 2 missed field goals could have been crucial. They lost by 2. You make one of those, you win. But that's easy to say. We don't know how the game would have changed. Peyton, what are you expecting to see today out of both of these teams?
I think today for Fullerton, they're gonna want to bounce back today because it's the end of the season, playoffs are on the line. And for Golden West, it's stay undefeated, remain perfect, and have a hopefully better season in the playoffs.
Henry, what key thing do you want to look for in this game today?
I'm looking to see how this explosive Hornets offense takes on one of the best defenses in the state. They have 8 defensive touchdowns on the season, and I'm really interested to see of the battle of the impenetrable force versus the immovable object, who wins in that matchup.
Now, For me, key for both teams is going to be the run defense. As we mentioned earlier, Fullerton up to 200 yards per game rushing. The Golden West defense only allowing 88 yards per game on the ground. And similar things for the Hornets as well. Golden West is also up there in rushing yards, and the Hornets, that should be interesting to watch. But, like you mentioned, high-powered offense. First 17 points per game, and throughout the entire season, Golden West averaging 15 points per game allowed. Peyton, what is something else key you want to watch for today?
I think all the serious proposing, they need to get off and get fast because we see Orange Coast and Saddleback. Whenever they get off fast and score fast, they can run the game. But we see games get when they were close. They have not been able to finish it. They need to get out fast.
Get out fast. Finish as well.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to this pregame show. My name is Caleb Ramos and I am standing here with reigning co-defensive player of the year and captain of this Fullerton College football team, Ethan Sharpier. Ethan, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Caleb.
Yeah. How did you get into football?
It first started when I was about 5 years old. My parents just kind of put me into it, and I was playing flag football. I was the quarterback, wasn't very good. I always had to throw with two hands, so never ended up being that good there. But once I started playing tackle football, they put me to linebacker, and that's just where I've been since, and I've loved it there.
How did you end up being here at Fullerton College?
Yeah, so my senior year in the spring, I was playing in the Orange County All-Star game, and Coach Crooks' brother, who's the co-head coach here, he was the defensive coordinator for my team, the North, and he recognized me as a good player, so he recommended me to his brother, and then just kind of things fell into place right here.
How would you describe your relationship with your coaches?
I think it's pretty good. I was a shy kid coming in. I never really said much my gray shirt year, but as I started to play more and play better, I kind of became more comfortable with them, and I've spent a lot of time in the film room with them, and it's grown a lot.
You mentioned you were a gray shirt your first year. How did that help your development?
Oh, I think the biggest thing was just kind of getting comfortable with our system. You know, the college defense is a lot more complicated than high school, obviously. So I think just having time to get used to that and master it really helped me. So going in my first year playing, I didn't have to really think about anything. I knew exactly what was going on. I could just play freely.
You mentioned the system adjustment from high school to college. How big of an adjustment was that?
I think they do a really good job here of installing it. We take it really slow over the summer and just build on top of everything. So I think if I were to explain everything, our entire defense right now, it would seem like a lot, but if you go little by little,
Right.
it's really not that bad, and it all kind of just makes sense.
You had 304 total tackles in high school. You were top 5 in the state last year and are leading the state as of right now this year. How are you able to build those instincts to get that many tackles?
I think it really just comes with film study. I spent a lot of time with Coach Crooks and Coach Porter watching extra film. So I think if you just know most likely what play they're going to run, you don't have to think as much, and you can kind of just react naturally and fly around and make plays.
I mentioned in the intro, you reigning defensive player of the year and well on your way to another one. What does that kind of mean to you?
It's definitely cool to think about. I think last year I was happy with what I was able to do individually, but how we performed as a team just really was a big hole there. So I'm happy with how we're doing as a team, and I think that's the main focus, not just for me but for everyone this year. And I think that's why we're performing better, is just because of our emphasis on the team rather than the player.
You mentioned your individual success compared to the team's success last season. With that little bit of a disappointing season you guys had last season, why did you decide to come back when you were Defensive Player of the Year?
I think just because of the players that we had coming back and seeing what we were doing in the spring, I think the coaches were definitely a big part of it, of how hard they were on us. And I think everyone stepped up and accepted the challenge that they presented to us. And it just felt really good from the spring, just how hard everyone was working and how committed everyone seemed. It seemed like they really cared which is something to really be excited for.
Being at the centerpiece of this defense, do you maybe get a little bit of relief from how well the offense has done this year and be like, hey, I get to take a break once in a while?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, it was difficult last year when the defense would make a big play and we'd sit down the bench and it felt like immediately we'd have to go back out there. So it's nice now. We get an interception, we get, turnover on downs, we can sit down the bench, discuss what happened, catch our breath, and then we go watch our offense dominate.
You had your second career touchdown here at Fullerton College a couple of weeks ago. What was that feeling like? What was going through your mind as you were running in for the score?
I just only thought was just don't get caught. And I thought I was at first. I heard footsteps and I turned around. I saw it was just a wall of my teammates following me. So I kind of was able to ease off on the gas pedal a little bit and just coast in the end zone, which was nice. It was definitely tiring. You could see I was walking back to the sideline, but it was a fun moment.
I mentioned earlier you were top in the state in tackles this year. Is that always kind of in the back of your mind while you're playing, or is it not something you really think about as the moment's going?
Not really during the games. Obviously I check it after the games. It's hard not to, but in the game you really just focus on winning, and then everything else you think about after the game.
Um, you guys only have one loss on the season to a very good Ventura team in week two, 45-42 loss. But since then, your defense has only given up 13 points a game. How are you guys able to make that turnaround?
I think the big problem we had in Ventura was just tackling, and to me, tackling is just about effort. And so I think that was just the big emphasis since that game is just really just focus on tackling and don't try to make too big of a play. Just get the guy down. If you can get a big hit, if you can strip the ball, that's great. But first guy, just try and get him down. I think we've done a lot better job doing that.
What is your maybe pre and post game ritual looking like? Any
Uh,
specific music or anything?
Music? No, not really. I like to stay calm before the games. On home games, I go and sit up in the stands and just trying to stay calm. I don't really get too hyped up until probably 10, 15 minutes before the game. But any other rituals, I know I always like to wear the same socks and stuff like that. I've been eating kava recently before the games. I feel like that gets me pretty energized and sustainable through the game. Besides that, I think it's good just to stay calm and not get be too amped up. I know some guys are getting hyped up 3 hours before kickoff, and then you're kind of tired before then. So just stay calm and then get ready to roll before kickoff.
How are you able to stay calm under the kind of pressure that is conference play and potentially a playoff spot coming up?
I think it's a lot easier now being in the second year. I've played a lot of football last year. I played in almost every defensive snap that we were in the game. So it's just a lot of experience that I have and I feel confident going into these games too, just because of how well we practice during the week and the preparation we do that I'm not really seeing anything unexpected and you just kind of feel comfortable.
You mentioned the practice during the week. We were able to talk to a couple of your offensive linemen, Hayden Frazier and Cleopassi Kinney, a couple of weeks ago. They mentioned the tough love they get from their offensive line coaches. Do you feel that as well from your coaches?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not as intense as the O-line coaches. They really get after it, but they've been doing a great job this year, so that's fun to see. But yeah, I think all the coaches just as a staff share that same mentality of wanting to show that tough love and push us to be better than we thought we could be.
How do you use your experience from playing all of those defensive snaps to maybe help the younger guys who aren't as experienced?
Yeah, I think it's just whenever I can see a situation where I saw maybe they didn't do what I would have done, I'll say, hey, this is what I would have done. And I think it's great to see that they appreciate it and they actually apply it. Especially even the guys that aren't playing the gray shirts and their scouts. They'll just come up to me and start asking questions, which is great because I love to help, but I don't want to be too overbearing and have it be my way. But I'm always willing and able to help.
What is the one piece of advice you would give to maybe the gray shirts or incoming freshmen that might be watching?
I think it's just all about consistency. I remember my gray shirt year, by the end of the year and our gray shirt lift, it was just me and one other guy. So I think showing up is just the hardest part. So if you can just show up every day, then you're going to get better. I mean, even now, that's kind of the struggle I have on our new morning practices. I'm waking up at 4:45. I just got to tell myself, just get out of bed. You can get through the day and have a good day. But yeah, just consistency.
How do you stay motivated when you're waking up that early on maybe days you don't want to wake up that early?
It's definitely easier when you're winning.
Right.
I think just that same goal we've had in mind since that loss to Riverside last year. We wanted to win state and we want to win it here at home. And I think just now that we have a good chance to do it, just kind of reminding yourself that this is an achievable goal and we can do this.
How do you, as the captain, help your teammates with the pressure and staying focused and not looking ahead to a playoff spot, which you guys are poised for?
Yeah, I think just kind of reminding everyone that you just got to take it one game at a time because playing in a state championship doesn't mean anything if we lose this game, if we lose next week. So you gotta get there slowly, but kind of just keep it in the back of your head what you're working for. And I think we have other great captains as well that do a great job of kind of keeping everyone grounded and realizing what the goal is every week.
Now, I know it's not over yet, but you've been here 2 or 3 years. Do you maybe have a favorite memory or favorite part of being a part of this Hornet program?
I think the most probably satisfying moment this year was beating Saddleback because we had a devastating loss to them last year. So being able to get that back at home and beat them pretty well, and everyone was super excited after that game. The locker room was lively, so that was probably up there definitely.
Do you plan to continue playing football after this year at Fullerton College? And if so, can we maybe get a sneak peek into that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I want to. I love football and I want to play as long as possible. Been talking to a lot of schools, which has really been fun. Have one offer from Central Michigan right now, so that's looking good. Love communicating with them and seeing what they're all about.
Do you maybe have a dream school that's not Central Michigan?
Yeah, always loved San Diego State. Great school, great facilities. Love, just San Diego in general. Maybe I just watched Anchorman too many times growing up, but it's just a great area, not too far from home, so that would definitely be a dream for me.
All right, Ethan, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. And now let's head back to the rest of the pregame show.
Thank you, Caleb Ramos, Vito Amador, Becky Nguyen. Special thank you to Ethan Sharpier here, sitting down and spending some time with us with the interview. Today, guys, we are here, House Sherbeck Field, home of Fullerton College. The 7-2 Hornets, 5-1 conference, are hosting the 9-0 undefeated Golden West Rustlers. Today, I'm here with James Spillin as well as Henry Medina. Thank you guys for joining us as we preview this game. So, James, talk to me. What do you see from tonight's game?
Well, today's going to be a tough matchup for Fullerton. I think the key to them having a victory today is to not turn the ball over. If they can win the turnover battle today, they should be in good shape. That's going to be a tough thing to do, though, against Golden West, who's leading the league this season with 17 interceptions. They have 8 defensive touchdowns as well. The second most in the league is 3. So that tells you right there that they're above and beyond what other teams do. So I think if Fullerton can not turn the ball over, which they've been good at all season. Yep. They've only fumbled the ball 4 times all season. That's the least amount in the league. And Chris Lunsberg's only thrown 3 interceptions this season. That's on pace to break a record for Fullerton football as the least amount of interceptions ever thrown in a season. So if they can keep that going, not turn the ball over, I think they have a good chance to win today.
We're rooting for Chris tonight. These teams have a history. 44 total games, first game taking place in 1966. There have been 44 total games. 33 of those wins have been from your Fullerton College Hornets, 11 from the Golden West Rustlers. What do you notice from that?
Well, yeah, through time, Fullerton's definitely been the leader in that. But the last 6 games, they've alternated wins. So it's been a lot more evenly matched lately. And the last time that Golden West won, they also went undefeated and won the league championship that season too.
Yep.
So we'll see if that happens again.
The last day of the conference, the Hornets headed over to Golden West. Try to play spoilers. It was a 12-7 victory. Golden West stayed undefeated. That season, Golden West, 11 straight undefeated games, made it to the final, lost in the regional final to Riverside. So, Fullerton College looking to play spoiler tonight. They didn't get it done in 2021. Looking to get it done tonight. Yep. Henry, I'd like to ask you, the last time the Hornets took on the Golden West Rustlers, 2022, November 13th, same day as the 2021 game, November 13th, 2022. This game, the Hornets, 26-6, ended up taking the victory. That season stayed undefeated as well. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, if the Hornets want to do that again, they're going to have to take care of the ball, as James alluded to. Fred Hunter, the running back, he's had a good year this season. Christian Lunsberg, we talked about already, taking care of the ball. But the people that are going to give the biggest problems for this Hornets offense for the Golden West Rustlers defense are number 3 linebacker Brandon Sola, who has 6.5 tackles for loss. He's a leading tackler for the Golden West Rustlers, as well as number 1, Cruz Wheeler, who flies around the field like a bat out of hell. He has a fumble return for a touchdown, and between the sophomore linebackers and the rest of their defense, they fly around the field and create havoc and turnovers.
Speaking of tackles, I'd like to kick it over to my guy, James. Tackling on this team, there's one guy that comes to name. Who do you think?
Well, Ethan Sharpier, leading the league again. 101 tackles coming into the day. He had 104 last season. He's He's doing what he did last year and some. He's the leader of this defense, but all three linebackers for Fullerton have been good all season. Muhammad Hasune has 48 tackles on the year, 6.5 tackles for loss, and a sack. He's been solid all season, and that's after playing only 2 games last year. Only had 3 tackles, so he's really stepped it up this season. And then you have Eric Rory, who didn't even start the season in the starting rotation, but due to injuries and stuff like that, he's stepped in and he's been a big part of our defense all year.
Yeah, we were able to interview Ethan, averaging 11 tackles per game, 101 total tackles. Now I'd like to ask you, this season, both Golden West and Fullerton played Cerritos. Cerritos ended up beating Fullerton last week, as you know, 17-19. Earlier in the season, Golden West hosted Cerritos, ended up winning 27-19, if I'm not mistaken. What was the difference between those 2 games and why Fullerton was losing and why Golden West was able to get the win?
Well, I'm not really sure about that because I wasn't at the game, but I'm gonna guess that it was penalties. Penalties are gonna kill most teams.
There was a 2-point safety at the end of the game that ended up costing the team as well. But I'd like to move forward. Let's talk about how has Fullerton done this game. How can Fullerton focus on special teams, taking advantage of the special teams? Earlier, you guys were talking about special teams, how they were 3 for 10 from field goals, 3rd down efficiency, 4th down efficiency. 3rd down, Fullerton College is only 45% on 3rd downs. Same thing, Golden West, I believe, is 46%. What are your thoughts about that? Is that going to be a key player today, 3rd down efficiency?
Absolutely. 3rd down efficiency is always key because if you convert on 3rd down, you keep the drive moving. You mentioned special teams. Special teams are going to be key in this game because the Rustlers have outstanding special teams. You'll see, because of their defense, because of their special teams, they start with a lot of short fields. For the Hornet side of things, JT Weir, we talked about in the first half of the game, is an excellent kick returner, punt returner when he gets in there. Mark Esley is an excellent returner. And between those guys, as well as Jameer Cartagena, who's leading in average per return, they have a chance to win the field position battle, which is what defense, especially teams, all about. It's about not giving up ground and gaining as much cheap yards through special teams and getting the offense in the position to score quickly and easily.
Talking about scoring quickly, Fullerton College, the Hornets, the offense, they're only on the field for about 26 minutes this season. They're having 26 minutes on the field.
Right.
What is that going to play into tonight's game? Are they going to have to score quickly, like you said?
I think they'll have the capability to do that today. There's been some shots over the middle of the field, especially deep, against this aggressive secondary. Back deep for the Rustlers is Caden Rogers and Jalen Mills, who are leading the Rustlers' defensive secondary in interceptions, as well as Drew Faulkner, the sophomore out of Western High, quarterback. And so there'll be some opportunity to score quickly. The Rustlers, on the other hand, they want to kind of do the total opposite. We talked about controlling the game through defense, through special teams, as well as not turning the ball over. Quarterback, I'm going to take on the challenging name today, number 7, Kauna Kamaka Kibu Ole Ole. Has only 1 interception on the year and 17 touchdowns. So they really want to extend drives, control the clock, and I think that's, like you mentioned, that could be a key for this Rustlers offense, controlling the ball, keeping it away from this explosive Hornets offense.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to bring up red zone efficiency, my apologies. 86% scoring, 81% they're scoring a touchdown when they enter the red zone. They are more than efficient, elite efficiency in the red zone. Tonight, Fullerton College is going to have to stop that. What can they do to stop that red zone efficiency?
Well, just make sure you're tackling well. Like we said earlier, the linebackers need to do their job, wrap up, and not let those 3rd and shorts end up being 1st and 10s, you know? And also, when they score that many touchdowns, that's a good thing because they're struggling with the kicking game. Like we were saying earlier, they've only made 3 out of 10 field goals. So when you're making that little amount of field goals, you almost have to put it in the end zone.
Enough with the Golden West glazing. We're going to move on to Fullerton. Fullerton averaging 40-plus points per game. What has been the key to that 40-plus point game? They're able to score. What's been the key to that?
They're just a well-rounded offense. You can run the ball. They're 2nd in the league in rushing. They lead the league in passing. Chris Lunsberg, Fred Hunter, JT Weir leading the league in touchdown receptions. They actually have the top 2 and 3 out of the top 5, if you count Logan Lester and Luke Indorf. So they have a lot of receivers on their team that can score, you know, and if they keep giving it to those guys, I think they're going to keep putting up the big points.
Okay, sure. Okay. Now defensively, 15 points per game on average they've allowed for the Golden West Rustlers. How can Fullerton score today? What player do you guys think Fullerton can score? Who's going to be the key today to scoring, getting into the end zone?
Well, the key, I think, actually is going to be this offensive line. They've done a great job protecting Christian Lundberg, keeping it upright, and slowly wearing down defenses all year. When they are able to extend drives in that second half, especially, you see the wear and tear they put on these defenses, and they're able to pop off some bigger runs in the second half behind Fred Hunter, behind Quentin Isabel. And don't forget about rotating quarterback Jack Shearholtz, who adds another dimension to this Fullerton Hornets offense. That two-headed quarterback attack that offensive coordinator Garrett Campbell likes to implement really is going to cause the Rustlers' defense coordinator head coach Nick Mitchell to have two separate game plans. Exactly. The spread passing attack of Christian Lundberg and the more versatile read option quarterback run game, quick game by Jack Shearholtz today.
Yeah, and Jack has been averaging 47 rushing yards per game on the offense. So it brings two aspects to the offense to Coach Fullerton and Brian Cook.
Absolutely, and on the Rustler side, we talked to head coach Nick Mitchell before the pregame show even started, and he said the go-to guys for them are going to be tight end number 0, Will McKissick, and number 4, Tanner Schmidt. He said those are their go-to guys on offense. If they want to win this game, he expects those guys to make plays. They've made plays all throughout the year, and he's going to count on those guys to help out these quarterbacks, Kamaka, Ibu Ole, and Fanua, to complement and help them out and get some explosive plays and some big plays for this Rustlers offense.
You mentioned backup quarterback for the Rustlers. What if you talk to Coach? What do you think, if needed?
Wrap it up.
How do you feel? Do you think he can come in and make an impact?
Absolutely. Coach Mitchell says he believes him. He says he's just as good as Ole, excuse me.
15.
And
Go back up. That is all. Sorry, I know we can go on. He's counting on him. That's all we got today. I appreciate you. Go Hornets. Game time coming up. Let's go.
Welcome to Fullerton College football here on Hornet Radio. This is the game today. Golden West College against Fullerton. And this is a let us hope and pray. Corey Nalen and I, later on today, will be at East LA, where Cerritos takes on East LA College. Will East LA beat Cerritos? Well, the likelihood of that is 0 to none, guys. I'm here with Peyton and Caleb, who were on with your pregame show. Guys, this is going to be a slugfest, to say the least. Right now, the number one team in our conference is that team in green across the way. The Hornets need a big victory, and when I say big, by 21 or more.
Yeah, I mean, this is Fullerton's second attempt at knocking off a Golden West undefeated season, and they weren't able to do it last time. 12-7 was the final score for Golden West. I expect to see a lot more scoring this game, as you mentioned, Mark. They're going to need to get out strong and get out quick with Chris Lundberg and Fred Hunter as well.
I can agree more. For Fullerton, they need to score fast and not let off the pedal. When they have not let off the pedal, they have been able to dominate and win games, and we need to see that today.
No, what they need to do is they need to have Brian Crooks dial up a defense. Last week, Brian Crooks did not do what his defense should do. He should have been aggressive. He wasn't, and the game got lost at the very end. You need to do that today. As we celebrate, don't forget, and this is why this game is so big, we are celebrating a legend here from Fullerton College today, Al Fiola. We'll be talking about Al at halftime and what Al Fiola brought during the Hal Scherbeck days. Guys, this is like a Hal Scherbeck game. Win or go home for Fullerton. So I'm going to look at you right now, both of you. I'm going to make you put a prediction out there. Who you taking in the game?
I'm going to take Fullerton. I think because Golden West has playoffs, they may be taking it a little more lax than the Hornets, who are hungry for that playoff spot.
I think Fullerton's going to win this game, but I think it's going to be a back and forth game with both offenses scoring back and forth. But I believe Fullerton's going to pull it out at the end.
As we get ready for our raising of our national anthem, and don't forget, let us celebrate the veterans of this fine country. the dominoes fall into effect. You want to see maybe Saddleback lose and El Camino win down south. You want East LA to pull off an upset. You want Mount Sac to lose to Ventura. If all that happens, besides you winning the game, then it comes down to maybe the flip of a coin or the love of who gets that last playoff spot. Guys, you tried to explain it. You had no concept because you've got to look at where all the dominoes fall. And yes, is there a PowerPoint rating just like in soccer, RPI in softball? But it is a secretive PowerPoint rating in football. And if it's I like Caleb over Peyton, you stay home and you, Caleb, go to the playoffs. That's what could happen to Fullerton. So let's get ready for the kickoff. Golden West College will receive, and I tell you what, I love this for the simple reason. Brian Crooks, baby, you need to dial it up right now. Aaron Stock back deep with Kendrick Thomas. So Thomas and Stock back deep for Golden West College.
Thomas does have a kick return touchdown this season. It was about 88 yards, and he is averaging 28.4 yards per return thus far.
So Thomas is to the near side as Golden West College is going from left to right on your computer screen as we start off the game that's going to say what this season is for your Hornets. Goes over to Thomas. Takes over. Thomas has it. Cuts back. Tries to get up. Thomas gets driven out of bounds on good coverage by the kickoff team.
Yeah, that was Vander Chisholm knocking him out of bounds for the Hornets, able to finish off that play.
So, Ao, and that's what he said to call us, Oa, I call him Ao, let's call him Oa, is going to be the quarterback for Golden West College. Oa comes in at quarterback. He has had a good season. 77 completions for 111 attempts, 162 yards a game. Oa at quarterback. First down and 10. Right at the 13. Oa throws it out quickly. Nice little there. Taken. Pick up a gain to about the 19-yard line as he throws it to Dom Thompson.
That was Thompson's 13th reception of the season.
So Thompson, who is somebody you want to watch all the time. Schmidt comes to this side of the field. Along with Schmidt is Joe Hagel. Oa in at quarterback. Gain of 7 on the play. Second down and 7 for the Rustlers. Hand it off, taking it around the right end. Cuts the corner, off and running. Cuts back in and says, hey, I'll play a little thing. That's Aaron Mitchell, the big running back for Golden West College. Mitchell with 357 yards this season.
That was Leonard Adams on the tackle, and a great push by the Golden West offensive line. Cam Shepard, Dylan Bunbury, Inoke Samita, Lihanu Atasi, and Grant Walker as well.
Mitchell stays in at running back. Oa at quarterback. Schmidt comes to the near side of the field. First down and 10 for the Rustlers, right at the 40. Try to hand it off right up the middle to Mitchell. Mitchell gets up, gets 5 yards. Hard to take down.
Yeah, great job by Hasanoa to wrap him up, and Leonard Adams once again coming in with the finish to finally bring him to the ground.
They're going to give him 6. It's going to make second down and 4, and the Rustlers look like they're moving cattle. Just trying to get him down the field and round him up as quick as they can. The Hornets need to start putting up a little barbed wire to start the runaway. Big second down for the Rustlers. Oa looks things over. Oa fakes it. He's going to throw it over here quickly. Got to make sure you make the tackle, and you're going to give up that many more yards as David Daniels just finally catches it, gets wrestled down as Daniels gets it. They've got a plethora of wide receivers.
Yeah, true. And we're seeing Golden West do this again. They're getting first downs almost every single drive, and we've seen that against the Canyons and Cerritos.
First down. Handed off on a nice little sweep going around to the outside, getting at the Thomas. Thomas picks up yardage. And so far, Caleb, the defense has not been able to slow down anything.
Yeah, Golden West is not great on third down, 46 for 104, 44%, but the Hornets just haven't been able to get them to a third down yet so far.
Next time we get a break, Caleb will set the defense for your Hornets. Second down and a long 6, right at the 38. Owa goes back, has all time to throw out in the flat. Nobody's going to pick up anybody, and the big man out there says, if you can't take me down, I'll keep running. And that looked like that was Nate Grant. It wasn't. It was Will McKissick. McKissick's got 3 touchdowns this season as all of a sudden Golden West keeps going.
And on the defensive line for Fullerton, it is David Johnson, Oscar Madrigal, Josh Grethen, and Miles Tyree as well.
First down and 10 for Golden West. The Rustlers, here they come. Run play, run defense on a blitz play by Brian Crooks. He brought the heat on that one, Caleb.
Yeah, Oscar Madrigal, Tommy Inouye, great penetration from that line. The offensive line got worried about the blitzing backers, and they weren't able to pick up the defensive linemen.
Kendra Thomas loses a yard on that play. Thomas, like we said, averages roughly 40 yards a game. Schmidt to the near side of the field. Owa looks things over. Schmidt tries a crossing pattern. Owa's going to take it himself. No, he's there. He slides. So they're going to mark him down right about at the 24-yard line. It's going to bring a third down as Owa decides to pull it down himself and take off running.
On the field for the Hornet at the linebacker position, we have Eric Rory, Mohamed Hassano, Ethan Sharpier, and Nathan Lewis as well.
McKissick in the slot along with Dom Thompson. Thomas at running back, Owa at quarterback. Third down and a long 5 for the Rustlers. Here come the Hornets. Owa looks for it on an easy touchdown for the Rustlers. All you do is take Tanner Schmidt, go with a little inside move, and it's all money.
Yeah, Tanner Schmidt he took one step in and goodbye, and that's another touchdown for him. Just adding another one to his amazing season.
And that was great play design by the offensive coordinator for the Rustlers as well, John Shipp. The big tight end, Will McKissick, got the pick play that they wanted, giving Tanner Schmidt the step that he needed.
So with 10-16 to go here in the first quarter, the Rustlers make a statement. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the day that we celebrate the great Al Fiola, well, Fullerton College looks like they forgot about the history of this school and has decided to display the same sort of football we saw at Cerritos College. It's the Rustlers 7, the Hornets 0, here on Hornet Radio. Peyton, Caleb, and a group of 10,000. Big turnout today, guys, especially across the way. You can tell what this means to the Rustlers.
Yeah, the Rustlers looking for their first undefeated season in a while, and as you mentioned, Mark, a lot of spectators out here to witness it. I can't really see the Hornet bleachers from here, but it looks like the Rustlers ones may outnumber the Hornets as of right now.
JT Weir is going to be back deep with Jameer Cartagena, or Cartagena. Everybody says it differently.
Cartagena averaging 44.1 on kick returns so far this season.
JT Weir, one of the best receivers. Little pop, taken, right, 25, dropped, picked up, gotta go, and they didn't want to give it to anybody back there. And when you kick that little pop fly, you gotta haul it in as Nathan Lewis got the ball.
It looked like Nathan Lewis, he kind of stumbled the ball, and he wasn't able to have full possession. You need to have that in this kind of game.
Chris Lunsberg, who's had an excellent season, averages 175 yards a game, 21 TDs, 13 picks. We'll see if they decide to go airborne quickly. 3 picks, I'm sorry. Corey Nayland says, Mark.
That was middle linebacker Brandon Solo getting great penetration and stopping Fred Hunter before he could even get going.
Trying to save Hornet records here. Second down and 10. Lunsberg goes back, has time, pulls it down himself, throws it out in the flat. Nice little play and won't go down. And I tell you what, who else would you throw it to but Fred Hunter, which could have been used last week against Cerritos in the pass game.
Yeah, but good play right there by Chris Lunsberg. It looked like he was gonna run out, but he saw Fred Hunter in the open and just pitched it right to him.
So we'll get the offensive line in a second. It's going to be first down and 10 at the 45. We'll set that defense for the Rustlers too. Straight dive play off to Fred. Fred refuses to go down. He gets another 10 yards on the carry off left tackle. So we'll set that offensive line for the Hornets.
Out there is Dylan Spencer, Hayden Frazier, Khalil Kinney, Michael McDonald, and I can't tell who the last one is at the moment.
That's a heck of a last name. We end up coming sacked on a delay, and this is what happens when you wait so long to look for a pass play, as we get a sack for a loss of 6 on the play.
The last name that I was missing was Corey Rivera-Zamora, and that was only the 6th sack since the start of October that the Hornets offensive line has allowed.
Michael Hubbard goes to the far side of the field. Lunsberg under center. Big second down. Should have a flag because you get a little lean over the line of scrimmage. Nothing thrown. Runner makes it all the way up to the 45, so you decide not to go down. So a nice little run play there. Why Quentin Isabel, like Isabel, him and Hunter complement each other. Mark Esley II goes all the way out to the far side. Drives straight up the middle. That should be enough for a first down. First and 12. I was hoping.
Well, the Rustlers got the stop right there, but I'm not sure I would have gone with that call right there.
That was Josh Clark on the stop, 34th tackle so far on the season.
So the Hornets have no opportunity to get up. They're coming. Kicked, signaled for a fair catch, taken right at the 8. So with 7:18 to go, it's the Rustlers 7. The Hornets 0 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Caleb, Peyton, and myself. And Peyton, you made a statement, but we don't come up here and get to call plays for anybody. But go ahead and explain to me why you wouldn't have run that play.
Well, because it was a 3rd and long, and in that situation, I would have gone for like a quick slant pass to get to a 4th and manageable.
Why?
Because maybe right now in that situation, I would try to surprise them with the pass play, but maybe at this moment, it probably would not be the best time.
So first down and 10 for the Rustlers. Owa goes back, looking across the middle, going deep, one-on-one, just could not thread the needle out there to Dom Thompson.
That was Xander Chisholm in coverage, and he had tight contested coverage as well. I think even if it wasn't overthrown, he was going to be able to get a hand in there, potentially pick it.
And in a second, Caleb will get that Golden West College offensive line set here. Second down and 10 for the Rustlers. 7:12 to go. Oh, it goes back again. Has all time. Looks across the middle. Big dime thrown right there. And again, Tanner Schmidt just runs that little crossing route sweeter than anybody we've seen this season.
Yeah, that was Jameer Cartagena in coverage. Came into the season as a receiver before converting to defensive back.
Third and about a foot for the Rustlers. The Hornet defense has had no answer whatsoever to slow down this Rustler team. They're coming. Oa rolls out. Looks, he's going to throw it, and he drops it where you can. And I tell you what, he takes his time, feels the pressure coming out there, and he goes to Will McKissick, who just rolls over, and McKissick is a load when he catches the football.
McKissick, 19th catch on the season. He has 3 touchdowns and 227 yards coming into today.
So move the chains. It's a first down at the 26-yard line, and the Rustlers are off and running again with 6:07 to go. Oa looks over. Oa runs it around the corner, hands that off to Morris. So they use a variety of different running backs in there. You look at Morris already, only 32 yards a game, but guys, he's got 3 touchdowns. There's nobody that's overwhelming, but they're just enough.
Yeah, having that trio of running backs in Ardwan Morris, Kendrick Thomas, and Aaron Mitchell, all of them around 60 carries on the season and similar yards as well.
Schmidt in the slot. They run it one direction, they come back the second direction. This time, taken down from behind, and they try to go all the way to the left with Morris. Now they come back to the right with Morris. That time, there's not much meat on the bone, and the Hornets slow him down. Josh Gressman was getting double teamed on the edge there. He was able to fight through it and give Fred Adams the lane he needed to go low. Aaron Mitchell now comes in at running back for the Rustlers. Tanner Schmidt to the near side of the field. Watch him. He's had the crossing patterns that have worked so far in this game. Third down and a long 6. Owa's got time. Who's he go for? He goes for Schmidt. Incomplete pass. And we said watch out for him. That's who he went for, guys. And Peyton, he went for the guy I knew he would go for, and that's why we make the play.
Yeah, because it was pretty obvious. Like, no matter what Owa goes to, he's going to go to Schmidt no matter what. And good job by Fullerton holding him right there. And now they have opportunity to get back into this game.
So, coverage to go down to be 4th down. We'll see if we can get some sort of return. Here it comes. Ball is dropped. They get the ball right there. A low snap. And I tell you what, special teams unleashed the front door. And by the time you look up, there was nothing but a blue wave. And I tell you what, I'm doing that too. I'm going down to the ground. I'm not getting hurt.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to get up and get leveled by a bunch of guys coming at me full speed. They had all the momentum and all the time after he dropped that ball. During our first broadcast of the year, they were able to block a punt for a touchdown, and now they give our offense great field position.
J.T. Weir goes out to the right along with Luke Indorf. So Indorf and J.T. out to the right. First down and 10 for the Hornets. Lunsberg throws it up, hands hit. It's an easy pick for the Rustlers as Lunsberg gets hit when he throws the ball, and the pick was right there.
He had someone going back shoulder to the end zone. He was trying to get it there. Like you mentioned, Mark, hit as he throws, comes out weird. There was no one there to contest that pick.
Yeah, and then also too, is the pressure got right to him, and now that's now Golden West's 18th pick on the season.
And Lunsberg only giving up 4 so far. He has a chance to break the record, as we mentioned, for least interceptions in a season with 6.
So Owa brings them back out. Dom Thompson comes to the near side of the field. Will McKissick in the slot next to him. Aaron Mitchell at running back. Owa at quarterback. Owa looks, goes to the far side of the field, on a streak pass, picked up and caught. I tell you what, this kid, Tanner Schmidt, has glue on his fingertips.
He's been their go-to guy all season. Coming into today, he had almost double the amount of catches as their second place guy in Will McKissick. He had 34, McKissick had 18, and Schmidt long of 74 and 8 touchdowns.
First down and 10. Run it straight off. Taken off left side is Aaron Mitchell. Mitchell just powers his way out of bounds with 4:07 to go. Tell you what, it has been all Rustlers in this first quarter. They are getting spoon-fed by their quarterback.
Yeah, always doing it all. Passing, giving off, but you notice on his cadence, he's not saying hike or hut, he's just clapping.
Thompson to the near side of the field. Joe Hagel in the slot. Going over again. Goes it over there. Little slot pass thrown in there. Nice pickup again by Thompson. So Dom Thompson catches it. So you look at Owa, and he's thrown it to maybe 4 different receivers so far in this first quarter with 3:27 to go. It's the Rustlers 7, the Hornets 0. Hurry up offense. Thompson comes here to the near side of the field. Owa takes it himself. Gets that first tackle miss. And we're going to see where they mark him down. Should be enough for a first down.
That was Ethan Sharpier on the wrap-up tackle, just barely able to grab his ankles before he got more.
And a smart play, too, by Owa with the option. It looked like everyone went to Mitchell, but Owa just took it and saw lane and was able to get enough to
Tanner Schmidt to the far side of the field. Will McKissick in the slot next to him. Here on the near side of the field is Don Thompson. Mitchell at running back. McKissick went in motion. McKissick, the lead block for Aaron Mitchell. Mitchell picks up a couple on the play.
The offensive line for the Rustlers in Cam Shepard, Dylan Bunbury, Inoke Samita, Lihano Atuatisi, and Grant Walker getting great push against the defensive line of the Hornets, not giving them much chance to do anything.
2 minutes and 30 to go. It's been all Rustlers. They're up 7-0. Owa brings them up. Hornets bringing pressure. Owa, throw a pick to the big man. And the pressure has the big man getting the pick.
That was Daniel Ortiz, big man pick. He was it looked like a screen pass. He panicked, got rid of it too quickly, trying to get it out before he got hit, and just right into the hands of Ortiz.
Brian Crooks is not playing timid defense today, and I know there were people out there saying, Brian, need to pick it up. We get a change at quarterback. And Jack Sherholz is now in the game for the Hornets. So the defense gets what they needed. Sherholz comes in. First down and 10, right at the 32. A blitz gets Sherholz hit from behind, and Sherholz gets taken down by Josh Clark like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah, he had absolutely no chance to get that ball off. Clark was on him in a second, maybe 1.5.
So Sherholz in at quarterback. Fred Hunter at running back. Second down and 10. Offensive line is not doing their job. Sherholz takes it to the outside. Gets a gain of 3. Helmet comes off from a Rustler. So he is going to have to come off the field. So it's going to bring up a third down, and I'm going to say a skinny 7. Third down and a skinny 7. Here come the Rustlers. Person to person, Sherholz throws it. Nice little catch right there, just enough to move the chains to Logan Lester. Logan Lester's got 9 TDs this year. One of those guys you think he might not be seen, but Logan can go out and get it. Logan stays to the near side of the field. Desmond Duffy in the slot on the far side of the field. Hunter at running back. First down and 10 for the Hornets at the 49. They hand it off to Fred, straight up the middle. Gain of 4 on the play.
It was Caleb McCutcheon able to bring down Fred Hunter, 18th tackle on the year.
Want to say hi to Nick Mitchell's mama. Miss Mitchell, nice to see you. Nick Mitchell's mom always watched the games when we were on sportsnetusa.net. We know you're watching this one. Want to say hi to you once again. Second down and 7 for your Hornets as we click down to the end of the first. Sherrills gets hit when he throws. And you know, you've got to just look at Crush Wheeler that came in. I guess that's a truck driver's name because that's what he looked like in a runaway rig.
Yeah, I mean, they're just looping blitz off of the right side of Sherrills over and over and over, and it's working every single time.
Third down and 8 for the Hornets. Sherrills needs protection, runs away from it. He could run, goes up, gets hit, first down Hornets.
That was a smart play by Sherrills. He didn't see no one, so he said, I'm going to take it myself, and I'm going to get that first down.
So they move the chains. So it's been turnovers as we're up to the last 39 seconds in this first quarter. Couple picks, one by each. First down and 10. Sherrills looks. Hunter the running back. They try to get Golden West to jump. They've been close. They come up now for man-to-man. Here they come. Jack says, let's counter it. Fred gets tripped up and crawls his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that should bring us to the end of the first quarter. As we come to the end of the first quarter, it's Golden West 7, Fullerton 0 here on Hornet Radio.
That was Makai Saigo hitting Hunter in the backfield for the Rustlers. Hunter, great job to be able to stay on his feet and make something positive out of it.
You look upstairs across the way, you can see all the alumni in their gold t-shirts out here today to celebrate the great Al Fiola. Al Fiola was a physical ed instructor, a football coach, a mentor, you name it, that's who he was. Al was born in 1932 and lived to the ripe old age of 91. And if Corey Nalen, James, Joe, Ryan Osborne could be in the shape that Al Fiola was in at 91, they'd take it like there was no tomorrow here on Hornet Radio. The Hornets trailing 7-0 over Golden West College. So you look at us right here. I'm the old guy. That's Caleb. That's Peyton standing right next to him. We're all up here in the booth. We're going to be celebrating the spirit of Al Fiola at halftime. Going to get a guest up here. Right now we're trying to celebrate the spirit of a tie football game as we're down 7-0 here on Hornet Radio. As we head into the second quarter, the Hornets need a victory to feel like they have any possibility of making the playoffs. Sherrills looks at the defense. They creep up, walk out of it. Hand off again. Fred cannot get that initial cut through the hole. That was Isabel that time running the ball. So Quinton comes through, 301 yards, averages 60 yards per game. So far, he has not been able to slither his way through the hole.
I believe that's O.J. Jones, not Isabel, so quite yet. I expect to see Isabel later. I just don't think that's him quite yet.
And that was George Clark on the tackle.
Big third down play. Jack throws across the middle where nobody was.
Tried to set his feet quickly, getting it to Logan Lester, but not quite able to get exactly what he needed. Pressure was in his face quick.
So brings up a fourth down for the Hornets. And again, they stumble their way to nowhere land. Quick punt, curving out. It's going to crawl its way into the end zone. So that'll be a touchback with 14:09 to go here in the second quarter. It's the Rustler 7, the Hornet 0 here on Sportsnet USA.net.
Out there on the field for the Hornets defensive line, we have Josh Grethen, Oscar Madrigal, Tommy Inouye, and David Johnson as well. For the linebackers, Eric Rory and Muhammad Hassano.
Owa comes in at quarterback. Kendrick Thomas at running back. First down and 10 for Golden West. They hand it off to Thomas. Thomas goes around the corner. Ends out there. It's a foot race. Thomas gets knocked out. Across the 50 to the 45. The defensive end sells inside, and that's what happens.
And that was great setting of the edge by the wide receiver, David Daniels, able to keep his man occupied just long enough for him to get outside.
So it'll be a first down and 10 across the 50 down to the 43. So first down and 10. Owa comes on over here. Once again, nice little pitch and catch taken right there by Don Thompson. So Thompson, somebody don't normally hear about, makes the catch.
Cartagena on the coverage once again. He's been playing a bit off, so off of the line of scrimmage, allowing those quick slants that we've seen out of both Dom Thompson and Tanner Schmidt.
First down and 10 for the Rustlers at the 36. Owa, once again, straight up the middle. Nobody's going to tackle you. I just keep on running as Kendrick Thomas just looked too good. Out there's a running back.
And it's not a zone play. It's just simply a trap play. 3-hole, 5-hole, guard, tackle. You move out the defensive end and the defensive tackle. Your lead receiver moves over to the linebacker, takes them out, and another big gain of over 10 yards.
And Caleb, we did set the offensive line for Golden West, right?
Yes, we did, twice.
Okay. That's good. Owa looks back. He's got time. Nobody's getting to him. Throws it out in the flat, and I tell you what, Will McKissick is just big enough to catch it, and nobody can pull him down.
Will McKissick hit a chip block right before he went out, putting Tommy Inouye on the floor, and that left nobody over there for him. He's a big guy. McKissick, 6'3", 261 pounds. Like you mentioned, Mark, he's going to be hard to bring down.
McKissick looked like he was a little stung on that play and comes off. Joel Hagel comes in and takes his place. So Hagel in the slot to the near side of the field. Dom Thompson outside of him. Second down. Owa goes back. Owa gets just leveled on the play.
And that was Ethan Sharpier, who Caleb had a chance to talk to a couple of weeks ago, and you heard in the pregame, he is going to be a two-time All-American and the two-time Defensive Player of the Year, probably with Brandon Solo from Golden West, another co. He is now the Fullerton Conference career all-time leading tackler in the 2-year career. He had 104 last year. He's probably about 104 now. He's got 210 probably. He holds the record, and that needs to be put in.
Big third down. Coming back. Oh, it's got time. Cross the middle of the field. Almost picked. Caleb, that was like stealing ice cream just for a second.
Yeah, Leonard Adams was in that deep zone, covering his half of the field, and he was able to see the post route, make a break on it. Throw was a bit low. If it was a little bit higher, I think he would have been able to make the pick.
So the defense steps up at the right time in this game, still trailing by 7. Ball will be spotted right at the 29. You add 10, it's a 39-yard attempt. Ball is up, and it is no good. So a 39-yard attempt by Zavala, and Zavala, like the Hornets last week, has had problems making field goals.
Yeah, Zavala is now 2 for 9 on the season for field goals. He hit a 43-yarder earlier in the season, but Golden West coming into today 3 for 10, now 3 for 11 on field goals. Field goals has been a big struggle. Their extra points have been nice.
Caleb, I bet if you looked at the stat-wise, it would be astronomically in favor of Golden West College so far in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, you look at...
So Fullerton comes out quickly. Caleb will let us know about those stats in a second. First down and 10. Hornets come out. Throw it across the middle. Filing, JT gets his hands on the football, turns up at the 40. Offensive Player of the Year, JT Weir for the Fullerton College Hornets.
Now, Mark, you mentioned those stats. The Hornets, as of right now, have only 47 total yards on 11 plays, and the Rustlers have 152 on 22.
First down and 10 at the 40. Here they come. Got to have time. Throwing it across the middle. Another pick on an ill-willed throw, and the Hornets, as you can't make a tackle, defense is just all over them.
There is a flag on the field as well. That was number 3, Brandon Solo on the pick.
So it's holding against the Hornets, and the interception stands.
Lundsberg up to 2 now on the day.
And we were going to mention when we were in the car, Mark, that Lundsberg had a chance to break the record for least career interceptions or seasoned interceptions with 6. He's now got 5. And Caleb said, I think it was, you just jinxed him.
Who? Not me.
No, Caleb said I jinxed him.
Oh, okay. So the offense is sputtering. The crowd is muttering. And the Rustlers are getting ready to score again. Take it on the right side. Taken down quickly right there is Aaron Mitchell. And Mitchell has done well running the football today for the Rustlers.
It was Frank Williams in on the tackle for the Hornets.
Caleb, everybody's left us.
Yeah, we're all by ourselves now.
I'll tell you, now we can pick on each other. Second down and 6. Owa looks over. Mitchell goes from right and left. Here they come. They run against the blitz straight up the middle. That's enough for a first down. Oh, just short. They marked him down at the 5. I thought he had made it.
So did I, and that was Nathan Lewis on the tackle. I thought he got it. It looked like he fell forward just past the 5.
So it's going to bring up a third down and 1.
Some confusion from the defensive players of Fullerton on who's supposed to be on the field.
Well, we can be like Pasadena and play with 13. There's motion up front. There's Owa. They're going to, and there's a flag, and they're going to call that. It should be against Golden West. No, it's going to be got the Hornets because they went to Nick Mitchell as soon as the flag was thrown. So they're over talking to Nick, and it's against the Hornets. So offsides against the Hornets at 9:14, so that'll move the chains.
For the Hornets, that is their total 82nd penalty, or sorry, 87th penalty of the season.
First and goal for the Rustlers. Motion, throwing it out in the flat, up, caught, out, in. Touchdown, Rustlers.
You can hear the Hornet crowd not happy with the in-out call, but either way, what a catch
We should
by
have that on a
Tanner Schmidt as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Caleb. It was a heck of a catch. And realize in college football, you only need to get 1 foot in. You don't need 2.
There's another flag down on the field as well.
So unsportsmanlike conduct against Golden West College. So the Rustlers have dominated in this game with 9:04 to go. Looking for their 14th point. Spot the ball, kick is up. And the kick is no good. So it's Nick Mitchell and his Rustlers sitting at 13. The Hornets at 0 here on Hornet Radio. Caleb and myself, Corey Nalen, chiming in occasionally. When you look at this first part, I mean, Caleb, it is, I'm not going to say it's bad quarterbacking by the Hornets. I think it's very aggressive defense by the Golden West Rustlers.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, it looks like Lundsberg and Schierholz have no time in the pocket. I was talking up the offensive line before the game in the pregame show, saying they've only given up 5 sacks. They've only given up 1 so far today, but it's felt like way more with all the hurries and quarterback hits that have been happening.
And the one thing, you know, how do you beat a defense that's coming after you? It's those quick little shots that you need to throw, not looking for those 20 and 30 yarders. We'll see what the Hornets bring with 9:05 to go here in the first half. Little pooch kick to the corner, signaled for effect catch right at the 45-yard line. So the Hornets start with great field position, but that hasn't mattered because they had it a couple times in this game.
Yeah, especially after that muffed punt attempt when he dropped the ball, just dropped there. They immediately turned the ball back over. They've had opportunities, haven't been able to make the most of it.
So Chris Lundsberg comes back out. Maybe Caleb needs to go off the air now because Chris is out there at quarterback. He's jinxed him.
How did I jinx him? I just mentioned it once.
Yeah, well, once was enough.
Corey mentioned it twice and before the game, too. I blame Corey.
There it is. Fred Hunter. Nobody makes a block. Fred's waiting for the mail, and the delivery man is from Golden West College.
That was Kikama Kozma on the initial wrap-up, and that was the quick hitter that you mentioned, Mark. They tried to get a screenplay out, but the blocking wasn't there. Kozma able to get there as soon as he caught the ball.
So it is a loss of 8 on the play. It's 2nd down and 18 for the Hornets. They go backwards. Hand it off to Hunter. Keeps going. Hunter refuses to go down. Finally, they take him down short of the original first down marker. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Desmond Duffy in the slot. We're at quarterback. Hunter at running back. Big 3rd down. Hand it off to Fred. Fred stays on his feet. Fred gets a 1st down on his own.
Fred Hunter absolutely looking like a bowling ball right now. He's not bouncing off of people necessarily, but he's going through them, making it extremely hard for them to bring him down.
7 minutes to go. 1st down and 10 at the 45. Hand it off to miss to Fred. Miss on a pass play again, and it's just Desmond Duffy coming across the middle. It wasn't even close to him.
No, but what do you expect from Lundsberg when he's being dragged down? That was Josh Clark on the blitz once again. they ran the motion with Blaine McGee the same exact way they did on the previous play with Fred Hunter, trying to get that play action. Josh Clark, not fooled, went straight for Lundsberg.
JT Weir in the game, in the slot, close up next to you. 2nd down and 10. Straight up the middle. Once again, nice little run play. Get a gain of 8, which makes a makeable 3rd down for the Hornets when you look at what's going on. O.J. Jones was the running back on that one. 3rd down, they're going to make it 5. Thought he got a little more on that. Big 3rd down play for your Hornets. They've not been able to get a 1st down going so they can get towards that touchdown. Looking for that. JT Weir had it, and you watch Lundsberg double clutch on that. Didn't see anything at the beginning and then just threw it high and outside for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I was going to mention that double clutch. He wanted to throw it on the break. It wasn't there. Then that speed from Weir was able to get it, but after the double clutch, he kind of rushed it a little bit because he was trying to get it to him while he was open.
Logan Lester out there along with Harlan Harris. Big 4th down. Lundsberg cross the middle, sit down and catch the football, Logan Lester. Logan Lester sat down and waited for it and took a punishing hit to catch that football.
Yeah, that's twice now today we've seen Logan Lester find the soft spot in the zone just beyond the sticks, and he's done extremely well at that today.
1st down and 10 for Fullerton, right across the 25. Jones up the middle, gets to the 20. So OJ gets up there. So a few more different running backs. They've taken out Fred. Give a gain of 2 on that. We're at 5:35. 13-0 here in the 1st half. The Hornets desperately need a score. They deferred, so they will receive in the 2nd half. Handed off to Jones, off a left tackle. Jones all the way down to the 15. Just short.
Jones is a bit on the shorter side for a running back, but that lower center, he's only 5'7", but that lower center of gravity makes him hard to bring down.
Sort of tough like me, that's what I am, 5'7". Big 3rd down. They come up. They hand it off to Jones. Nice cut. Jones stays on his feet. Gets hit again. Great cut by Jones. He comes back. He doesn't give up the ball. It'll be 1st and goal for the Hornets.
And that's exactly what we just mentioned, Mark. That low center of gravity from O.J. Jones helped him slip through and bounce off of those tackles. He was just short, maybe a yard.
So with 5. We bring it up, we come to the line of scrimmage. Hornets trying to get out the right people. Golden West College counters. Jumbo package in the backfield for the Hornets. We've seen them line up a couple times. It hasn't worked. Timeout Fullerton. Timeout Fullerton.
As you mentioned, Mark, that jumbo package has 2 different offensive linemen in the backfield. Nathaniel Booker and Morgan McGee, both in the backfield as fullbacks, trying to pave the way for O.J. Jones. They weren't able to get the right people out there, like you mentioned. Called a timeout just before the delay of game was called.
Well, they've run it in practice, Caleb, more than once in case they're going to use this. And then what happens is that they have tried now 3 different times where I've seen this, where they brought it into a game and they've never been able to get the play off. And, you being an athlete, you know what it's like if you're sitting on the bench, and the coach says, Caleb, we're going to run that special play. And you go, okay. And then it doesn't get off. That's what's happened 3 times to Garrett Campbell when he has called that play. So we'll see if they bring it back out here with under 5 minutes to go, trailing 13-0 in a must-win by your Fullerton College Hornets. Texas James, where you been out there? Eating chili all day or something?
That's
Jeez.
right. That's right.
I tell you, he was at I just heard. He was eating brisket. They come back with the same thing. The quarterback in a shotgun formation. He says, I'll run it straight up the middle, touchdown Hornet. They bring in Sherholz just like we did they brought in the beef like we brought in James for one play and opened up the play. Caleb, they look like they're going straight up the middle. He waits for the seed to spread apart and then a quick 2-yard run.
Yeah, and that was exactly what happened. That we could see the hole from here. That's how big that gap was. Bringing in all the extra offensive linemen worked.
So with 4:35 and numerous mistakes, the Hornets try to pull within 6. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is no good.
There was a penalty flag down here on the near side. Not sure what for.
I saw illegal, which means it would be, if they're going to look at it, they're going to say if it's an illegal motion thing, it would be an illegal formation. So we'll see what they call. Offside, we think, against the Rustlers. I wasn't sure if he was trying to turn on his microphone or what.
I think he went to go make the motion, say it, realized his mic wasn't on, and tried to turn it on while still making the motion.
So, 4:35. We're going to try it again. And missing field goals killed the Hornets last week.
Nicholas Sandoval, 13 for 16 on extra points.
Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. With 4:35 to go, it's now the Rustlers 13. The Hornets on the board with 7. Texas James, Caleb, and myself are happy to have you here on a day we are celebrating the legend Al Fiola. And of course, guys, we look at now, James, you're now coming on the air. Peyton was here earlier. Caleb's been here this whole way. You've been sitting here over eating brisket, watching the game. What's your impressions of this first half?
Well, I think that drive right there was huge for Fullerton to get points on the board. And I think they found something with running the ball. This defensive line for Golden West has been pinning their ears back, going after the quarterback. And that's how you neutralize that pass rush is run the ball. And it worked that drive.
Caleb, you look at it now, the Hornet defense needs to find a way to stop Oa.
Yeah, I mean, he's had pretty much almost all the time he wants in the pocket. They need to do what the Rustlers are doing, kind of pin their ears back, go after him, but at the same time stay disciplined for the run. It's going to be hard to do, but I believe that they will be able to do it.
Big kickoff out of the end zone, so that'll be a touchback. It's still, I wonder if the clock's moving. I feel like I've said 4:35 for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you know, it's almost like our pregame show. I hope you got to see that here on Hornet Radio. Becky was at the controls. The boys were down on the field. And now it's Brian Crooks and his defense needs to figure out how to stop this offense. Oa comes out quickly. Aaron Mitchell at running back. They stack the receivers with McKissick over here on this side. Oa goes back. Halftime. Ball gets tipped. Throws it out to his running back. Standing all by himself. Aaron Mitchell was singing a tune on the far side of the field.
Yeah, Fred Adams on the initial contact, but that's something we've seen a lot. They've been playing off, giving up those short passes, and it's been killing them.
Aiden Goodwin now to the near side of the field. Nate Durant in the slot next to him. straight dive play. Can't tackle him. You had him behind the line of scrimmage and you let Mitchell get away. JT, I tell you what, if you can't tackle, which they couldn't against Ventura, and they had problems last week against Cerritos, you're not going to win a football game.
Yeah, Hasuna had the right play call. He was right there in the backfield, just didn't wrap him up. That changes the whole drive right there.
First down and 10 for Golden West. Goodwin comes out here one more time. First down and 10, 3:36 to go. They go around the right side. And when you get him to the corner, he can run. Aaron Mitchell, and guys, I got to ask you both. Defensive end supposed to go straight up the field. They've run that side all day long, and every time they do, Caleb, they get yardage.
Yeah, I mean, it's great setting of the edge by the right tackle, Grant Walker. He's doing his job extremely well, not letting the defensive ends of Fullerton get any penetration whatsoever.
Mitchell stays in at running back. At quarterback. Second down and 8. They put Mitchell out in the flat. It goes back to the other direction. What do? Well, they take the man that seems to catch the ball every time he's thrown to him, Schmidt, and he just walks across the middle. And I tell you what, TJ, with the hands he's got, that kid's an end.
Yeah, but running across the middle like that, a wide receiver never likes to get hit by a defensive lineman. That was Shane Herrera that laid the smack on him there. That was a pretty big hit.
Third down and 4 with 2:37 to go. Big defensive play. Nick Mitchell looks for that first. Brian Crooks looks for the stop. We get timeout Hornets. So with 2:25 to go and a massive third down, the Hornets called timeout. It's the Rustlers 13, the Hornets 7 here at Hornet Radio. Last night, when we talk about football, your Fullerton Hornet soccer team came up big to stay in the playoff hunt. Joe and Ryan on the call on that one. Exciting soccer. Don't forget, next Friday, more soccer here on Hornet Radio with the entire crew from 145 class and Joe calling the way. So we'll see what happens as soccer continues to move on. Don't forget women's volleyball, always here at Fullerton College, and the wonderful mentors, coaches, and teachers that you will see. And go out to a game. Last night, I congratulated Gabe and his staff for the way they coached the game. Take a little time and watch a game just once in a while to watch that coach and see what they do to take that winning team, that team that's not doing too well, that they mentor, and make them champions instead of just sitting at home saying, oh, I could do that. Maybe you ought to try it sometime and see how difficult it is here on Hornet Radio. Big third down. Brian Crooks needs an answer. It goes back. Looks, double pumps, throws it out. They come up, guys, and Caleb, the defense, finally makes him double clutch on a passing play.
Yeah, that was a great delayed blitz by both Charpentier and Nathan Lewis as well. You could see them running up, hesitate just before the snap, and go find a gap. Great man coverage on the other side of the field, being able to stop them and get him to double clutch, as you mentioned.
Mark Esley, the second, is back deep. Mark, I need you to run this back or at least get close. Well, as it goes off the side of the foot and hits the sidelines, we'll see where they're going to mark that at. The officials right there at the 30. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 30 with 2:14 to go. And gentlemen, this is where the Hornets win or lose the football game. That's right. The fans at home are going to go, old guy, wait a minute, you're putting it out there that way? If they can get anything, James, I think it takes the complexion of the game and changes it.
Right, and if they only be down by 6 right now, you're already feeling pretty thankful for that. They've been outplayed pretty much on all 3 sides of the ball. If they can score points right here, even a field goal, make it a 3-point game, like that gives you so much hope going in the locker room and gets you motivated for the second half.
So we'll see what they can do. Jack Sherholz comes back in at quarterback. Fred Hunter at running back. Desmond Duffy to the near side of the field. First down and 10 at the 40. So it actually went out even closer, guys. First down and 10. Sherholz looks over to get the signal. Desmond Duffy walks out. Fred Hunter steps back. Handed off to Fred, straight up the middle, chugs his way for a gain of 5. Hurry up offense should be going. Well, it's going to go down to the 2-minute timeout right about now. So 2 minutes left to go in this first half on a, I don't know, Caleb, would you say a well-played game by both teams, neither team, or one team?
I wouldn't say well played. I'd say decently played by both teams. Both teams have made crucial mistakes, like the offsides, the dropped punt for the Hornets, or for the Rustlers, excuse me, for the Hornets, letting that looping blitz coming off the right side get to Sherholz and Lunsberg almost every time they run it. It's been a mess of mistakes on both sides, and I want to go back to what James said real fast. He mentioned that he thinks that the Rustlers are outplaying the Hornets in all 3 aspects of the game. I'm going to go back and say special teams for Fullerton has done extremely well. It looks like they are scared. The Rustlers are scared to kick off to our return people in JT Weir and Jameer Cartagena. They're pooch kicking it to Nathan Lewis every time, and on that punt, they kicked it out of bounds.
So Lamarck Esley II couldn't run it back against him?
Exactly. I mean, all 3 of them have done really well on returns, and on top of that, the missed field goal from Golden West, I'd say that the Fullerton special teams are by far outplaying the Golden West special teams at the moment.
So that's the first half by Caleb, letting you know what he saw from these Fullerton College Hornets. We hope you've enjoyed this first half of football. We've got an entire second half to go on this day we celebrate Al Fiola's memory. Sherholz in at quarterback, Hunter at running back. 2nd down and 5 for the Hornets. Jack goes back, has time, cross the middle. Jack hits JT Weir, who gets away, spins, there goes JT, it's a foot race. Down that sideline, drug out at the 5. JT with an incredible catch and run.
Yeah, that was a beautiful route. He was triple covered, essentially. But he found the spot in between them. Great feed by Sherholz on the run, and we're able to keep his feet under him, spin out of it, and take it all the way down to about the 5.
So they're going to mark it at the 9. 1st and goal for the Hornets. JT. Jack Sherholz tries to go over here. Good coverage.
Little extracurricular shoving down on the offensive and defensive line after the end of that.
So it looked like Mark Esley II was the receiver on that one, which he was. 2nd and goal for the Hornets. Fred goes from right to left in the formation. The Rustlers are coming. They give it to our quarterback who holds on to it. Sherholz gets a few. Down that time now to the 5-yard line. So we both know there. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Here's the big question, guys. I'm going to throw it at both of you quickly. We don't get this. You kicking a field goal? You taking the points?
It depends on how close you get, in my opinion.
I think you go for it.
Okay, so we got 2 daredevils down at the other end. Corey Nayland saying you get that close, you take 3. Jack taking his time. Keeps it himself. Jack goes down, touchdown, Hornets! Sherholz gets in, and the complexion has changed of the game. You said how they got outplayed, which you were absolutely right, Caleb, but when you look at this touchdown, it just seems to say, that's the worst dinner I've ever had, but boy, that ice cream soda just made it the best.
Yeah, and I mean, that's 2 back-to-back read options from Jack Sherholz and Fred Hunter. Sherholz big guy, 6'3", 225. And if I remember correctly, in the weight room, he has his max squat at around 600 pounds.
Wow. So your Hornets have miraculously come back. It's been a little magic show here. I mean, JT, I got to ask you, you were watching the game, and I know Caleb and I are sitting here going, oh, man, don't lose, guys. And you start thinking that way as an announcer when you're homers like we are. And, you know, then all of a sudden you see this and you go, okay, now let's see what the second half holds for everyone.
I think everything changed when they started running the ball. You get a little success running the ball, and it opens up the passing game. And I think putting Shearholtz behind the center there helps a lot, too. He can move a little bit, kind of neutralize the defensive line a little bit.
We'll see if the Hornets can take the lead with a minute to go in this first half. Crowd is quiet. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good.
Sandoval to take the lead. He is now 15 for 18 on extra points so far this season.
So the alumni are getting ready to come on the field. The stands are packed on this side of the field. Golden West College has traveled well. Guys, this makes you feel like it's a true community college football game. People, noise, championship matters, playoff spots on the line here on Hornet Radio. JT, Caleb, the old guy, Corey down at the end, Joseph behind me, Becky switching everything she can to keep us in the right spot here on Hornet Radio. Remember, if the Hornets win, they have an opportunity, not a slot in the playoffs, an opportunity to make it. If they lose, bowl game, and who knows? Hey, are they going to Bakersfield? Here on Hornet Radio. Well, we know Hornet Radio won't be going to Bakersfield, but the Hornets could be here on Hornet Radio. 1:04 to go, and the Hornets are up by 1.
And that's why when you ask me about whether you should kick the field goal or go for it on 4th down on that last drive, I think you go for it because what do you have to lose, right? You win and you might make the playoffs. You lose, you're out for sure. Why play it safe? Go for it.
So that's the guy who's been eating meat all day long saying that. You know, when you're having barbecue, you don't care what happens.
Oh, I care.
You know, Caleb, do you agree with that assessment though by JT?
Not necessarily. Like I said earlier, it depends on how close you get. If you're at like the 1 or 2, I say give it to Shearholtz like you did on the jumbo package. Give him the opportunity to go make that play. But if you're 4 or 5 yards out, take the points, get as close as you can.
Going deep down the middle of the field. Nobody there. And I tell you what, Chisholm was looking to pick that one off. He said, I'll beat you to the ball, and I'll come home with it. And, guys, it was pretty close.
All he had to do was turn his head right there, and he might have had it. He was in the right spot, just not looking at the ball.
You know, Nick Mitchell told us about Owen. He's got a strong arm, and he has no problem letting it fly, and he showed us on that play. 2nd down for the Rustlers here in the first half. Hornets up by 1. Owen goes back again. Quick little throw across the middle. Incomplete pass. Tried, and there's a late flag on the play. Pass interference against the Hornets.
Flag is put down at the 30, thrown from about the 50, I want to say. And the entire Golden West sideline looking for the call. I didn't think they were going to get it. I thought he got there at the right time.
So a little tug on the shirt is what they saw, and that's what's going to give him the first down, as McKissick was the intended receiver. McKissick comes to this side of the field now. McKissick looking out there along with Tanner Schmidt. Owen goes up far side of the field, gets the running back coming out of the backfield.
Tackled by Eric Rory there.
That was Kendrick Thomas on the reception. He had a full head of steam, and it looked like he was going to beat Rory to the sideline, but he stumbled a bit because the pass was a little bit too far out in front.
46 seconds to go. Thomas at running back. Owa at quarterback.
That penalty really hurt the momentum for the Fullerton defense there.
First down and 10. Go back. Here comes the pressure. Owa across the middle of the field. Nobody's there. Throw it, and if you throw it to the top catcher on the team, Tanner Schmidt, he should catch the football.
I mean, I don't think I've seen him drop one today. That catch, full extension, the one-handed catch in the end zone, he had, looked like he had glue on his hands so far today.
And now, you know what, guys, I say, now you go back to the catch in the end zone and wonder, did he have his toe in?
To me, it looked like he got the one in. I think he did get it. He did land out of bounds, but I think he was able to get that first toe down. James, what do you think?
Just for him to come down with that ball was remarkable, to be honest. But it's hard to tell that so many people around there. I thought he got it in.
Okay. So, Golden West moving down the field the same way Cerritos moved down the field last week in a game the Hornets lost.
Yeah, that last-minute field goal, no time on the clock from Cerritos to take the lead was absolute dagger to the heart of Hornets and their fans.
First down and 10. Oh, it goes back. Hornets come up. He's got time. He's got time. Going deep in the corner. Caught, hit, drop. And you see the receiver looking at the official saying, give me a flag. It was in his hands. He was hit from behind, and that jarred the ball loose.
Yeah, that's a good play there by Cartagena, just to get to be there at the right time. It's all about hand placement there. He's not keeping slots from him.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Cartagena did a great job watching the hands of Tanner Schmidt. He saw them go out to catch the ball, and that's when he made contact.
Second down and 10. Schmidt saves the far side of the field. Oh, it goes back again. Oh, look at it. Rush up the middle. Delay, and a nice defensive play because sneaking out was Thomas, and if nobody grabs him, kiss him goodbye.
Yep. Another tackle by our all-time leading tackler, Ethan Sharpier there, number 44. He's
that's the instincts that we are used to seeing out of him. We were able to talk to him about those instincts. He says it's a lot of film watching coming in. He spends a lot of time in the film room, both mandatory and non, to build those instincts and be able to make those kinds of plays.
And let me say one thing, and this needs to be said. Most of these athletes that we meet at the community college level, the men, the women, are the nicest individuals you would want to meet. These student athletes are incredible. And you know what? To the moms and dads, the uncles and the aunts, the grandmothers and grandfathers, thank you for doing the wonderful job you do with these student athletes. It is such a pleasure to walk out and meet people that are this light. And of course, you know, I was talking to Carpentier's dad, and we discussed that. And speaking of mothers, say hi again to Nick Mitchell's mom and dad, and don't forget the Austins out there, because Phil said, hey, say hi to my mom and dad. We miss you and we love you here at Hornet Radio. Big third down. Oh, it goes back. He's got time. He's got time. He's got time. He gonna run it. Gotta get him. They do. It's gonna be at the 38. He stays in bounds.
There he is.
The Hornets call timeout, and they did. So, guys, okay, now I'm going to make you coaches again.
Yeah.
I did it with Peyton. I did it with you a couple times. I did it with JT when he got on the air. You're down by 1. You've got 11 and a half seconds to go. Fourth down and 7. It's your deal. What are you going to do?
4th and 7, it's way too long to kick a field goal. His long is about 40, like 43,
okay. You
I want
said
to say.
it's too long, so you've already opted out to put the ball away.
Yes.
With the way they've been driving down the field, I don't see why they wouldn't go for it. I would definitely go for it if I was them.
Okay. So we've got one saying you punt the football in Caleb.
Well, I was saying don't kick the field goal. I think you try and hit a speed out real fast, get the ball to the sideline.
Well, you've got to go to the end zone.
And there's not enough time to just get the first down. I mean,
So don't forget, guys, we got a camera up there. You can all smile at the camera for Becky. You good-looking guys. I'll hide over here. Big 4th down. Let's see if Brian Crooks deals the wild card. Here they come. Oh, it goes back. He's got time in the middle of the field on the dime, and it should be enough. They've got to down it. They've got to down it. We're at 1 second.
Well, there was 10 seconds there.
10 seconds?
Yes,
Okay.
10 seconds.
Now we got 8 seconds left.
That was a beautiful.
You guys aren't homers, are you?
Not.
If I was running the clock, it just said 0 as soon as they threw the football.
We're not running the clock, though.
I mean, I don't understand. I understand volleyball. They do the same thing. Got a chance to win? It's over.
It was Aiden Goodwin on the perfect pass from the quarterback.
Come on,
Second
just
down.
say it.
8.3 to go. Oh, looks over. Goes back. Hale gets hit. Gets struck down.
Charpentier.
Sacked.
Charpentier with the sack. He's something else, man.
And that's
What a
going to
player.
bring us to the end of the first half as Ethan holds on to that 1-point lead for the Hornets as the Hornets go into half 14, the Rustlers 13 here on Hornet Radio. Caleb, TJ, the old guy, bringing you the game here on Hornet Radio today. And there we are, guys. Turn around. All of us take a smile at the camera. There we are. Look at us. Hey. I look like I should be a wrestler with my minor mustache here.
I want to go back to Charpentier right here. That sack right there to end the first half. He had a big sack earlier to stop their drive. I think since that first sack he got, that really changed momentum for the defense. That was a big play right there to keep him off the board. Fullerton with the lead going into the half.
And that's exactly what they needed. I mean, Charpentier, and we mentioned great instincts, great play. They have not been getting the pressure that they need on the quarterback of the Rustlers. He's had all day to go in the pocket. And coming into this the end of this first half, Owe, he is 17 for 24, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Aaron Mitchell, he has 8 rushes for 60 yards, a long of 22. Kendrick Thomas, 4 for 55, long of 33. In the third part of that trio, Ardwan Morris, not getting much play today. 2 attempts, 4 yards. And for the receiving end of the Rustlers, there have been catches by 7 different Rustlers so far today. Tanner Schmidt, the guy we called a lot, 6 for 79 and 2 touchdowns. Dom Thompson, 3 for 25. Will McKissick, 3 for 20. Aiden Goodwin, 1 for 17. Kendrick Thomas, 2 for 13. David Daniels, 1 for 12. Aaron Mitchell, 1 for 8. And for the Hornets, we have Shearholes, 2 for 5, 58 yards. Lunsberg, 4 for 9, 42 yards and 2 picks. Still has a chance to end that season with the record that we mentioned. Hopefully, mentioning it an odd number of times cancels out the jinx. But as you mentioned, James, the strength is coming from their running game.
Right, and I think that they stick with Shearholtz a little bit more in the second half. I think that'll be the better play for Fullerton. He's given them a spark on the ground, and he can avoid the rush that Lunsberg just doesn't quite have the mobility to do.
Now, Shearholes came back from injury at the start of the season. He was expected to be the starter. Lunsberg went out, played extremely well. But since Lunsberg has come back, definitely more of a rushing attack for the Hornets than a passing.
Right, and we need that today because the way that the wrestlers are attacking the quarterback, they can't have somebody just stationary back there. They got to be able to move. And then that read option with all the running backs that we have, Fred Hunter, and the little spark we got from O.J. Jones there too. He was a spark plug for us there at the end of the first half.
Speaking of Fred Hunter and O.J. Jones, Fred Hunter, 8 rushes, 437, and O.J. Jones, 426. Team stats for both teams. The Rustlers have gotten 17 first downs, the Hornets for 12. As a team, Golden West has 107 rushing yards, Fullerton 89. So Fullerton already in the first half passed the average that Golden West allows per game. They allow 88 per game, as we mentioned in the pregame show. Passing yards, 174 for Golden West to 100 for Fullerton. Fullerton has had 34 offensive plays for 189 yards, and Golden West 45 for 281. So over 10 more plays and over 100 more yards, but yet Fullerton takes the lead.
Yeah, they're doing well. Fullerton's not getting penalties like they have been lately, like the whole season. This game they've only got 2 penalties today. That's a big help. They're making their kicks. They're playing fundamental football today, and that's what they're going to have to do to beat the #1 team in the nation, or in the state. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the interception by Fullerton, the screen pass to the big man interception. I apologize. I called the wrong name earlier. The interception is credited to Zay Delsey as well. Nathan Lewis, the linebacker returning from injury, also a kicker as well. And now I want to bring Mr. Mark Pavlovich back on the air, the old guy, to talk about legendary coach Al Fiola.
Well, today we are celebrating the memory of Al Fiola here at Scherbeck Stadium. Al Fiola coached his entire life with Hal Scherbeck, and when you look at him, he lived at the ripe old age of 91 years old. Look at him, he was here. He was a PE coach at Fullerton College. He was a football coach. He was coach of track and field. And when you look at Al, when he came here, Coach Fiola played a huge role of success for so many individuals at the sports program. He was originally hired as an instructor and a coach in 1961. And if you met Coach Fiola, which some of us here at Hornet Radio have met him through the years, he had this everlasting energy that came to this Fullerton College campus, and he was that type of individual. Realize that Fiola was the guy that helped set the tone for Al Scherbeck during the days when Fullerton College won those national championships in 1965, 1967, and 1983. And along the way, if they weren't winning national championships, well, they were winning conference championships. And you look at what Al really did back then with help to win another 16 conference championships. In those days during 61 and 2004, Fiola worked as the defensive back coach during most of his tenure. And what was interesting about Al Fiola, back in those days, they didn't have enough practice uniforms. And Al Fiola would give you a jersey that would be, well, for you, Caleb, it would be like putting on one of JT's shirts. It would be that big, and you'd walk in, and your shoulder pads would be moving, and you'd say, Coach, I mean, this doesn't fit me. And Al Fiola would look, and I know this for a fact because I had friends that played here, would look at you and say, that's okay. It doesn't fit you this year, but if you listen to me and you do what I ask you to do, next year you're going to be wearing a jersey that fits you and you're going to be on the field. Al Fiola always had a kind and positive word for the young men that came along here at Fullerton College. Realize he coached dozens of all-conference players, 16 All-American athletes, and NFL stars, just like Paul Moyer, J.C. Pearson. And if you met J.C., he has tons of stories about Al Fiola. And, of course, we have celebrated Brig Owens, the Owens family knew him well. Al Fiola was also the assistant track coach here at Fullerton College for 27 years under Jim Kiefer, and together both coaches built a strong track program recruiting local athletes from around the Orange County area to join in for football and track and field. Al Fiola himself was an impressive athlete at Alhambra High School in the old days, where Al played football and ran track before graduating in 1952. He was soon turning heads because he played community college football at Pasadena City College, and he led the football Lancers to the national championship when he played football there. Fiola also was one of the top 100-yard high hurdle champions with 4.9 seconds and finished third in the state. And then he went on to further his education at Pepperdine University, where Al Fiola lettered why he was there. Then he finished off a successful collegiate career, Pasadena City College, Pepperdine in football, track and field. And then Al Fiola is one of those coaches that everybody would say, I wish I was coached by somebody who played in the pros. Well, Al Fiola was a fantastic National Football League football player for the Washington Redskins, the Los Angeles Rams, and in his later career, he was also a member of the Oakland Raiders. Not only was he a great football player, but he was a top-notch boxer, too, when you look at Al Fiola. He captured the Golden Gloves when he was at Pasadena City College in 52-53. And guys, he took the knowledge of boxing and brought it to football, where it came down to speed, footwork, agility, and balance. That was the type of person. And then, of course, he went into the classroom and taught many JC students here at some of the old classes, and that was, and always will be, the great Al Fiola. Of course, my heart goes out when I think about Al Fiola, because Al Fiola reached out to a friend of mine that played for Fullerton College, who unfortunately strayed away from the beaten path and got in a little trouble. And Al Fiola made a very important phone call and wrote letters that basically put my friend out of a tough situation and back on the straight and narrow. And there's not many men that would do that for other people the way Hal Scherbeck and Al Fiola did, when you think about it. So, you know, you look at that down there. Fiola's legacy is 52-53, the Golden Gloves champion. 59 was in training camp with the Redskins. Like I said, he played for the Rams and the Oakland Raiders. 59 through 60 at Coach Sierra all together. And of course, when you look on the screen, you've got Marv Sampson on the left, and of course, the wonderful athletic trainer for many years here, Bill Chambers on the right. The legacy of Fullerton College with President Scott down there. So that's got to do it. Corey Nails. Oh, with Scott Giles. Okay. I didn't know what Corey was writing for me for a second. 3 national titles for Al Fiola here at 65, 67, and 83, and he produced 18 All-Americans, 20 NFL draftees and free agents, 4 D1 national championship players. Yes, he was involved in the 47-game unbeaten streak, which was the longest in the nation for any collegiate team at the time. 8 unbeaten seasons, 3 national championship runner-ups, 16 conference titles at FC, 13 bowl appearances at Fullerton College, and in 2002, or 2002, any way you want to say it, he became a Hall of Fame member for the Community College Football Coaches Association. In 2007, he was inducted into the Fullerton College Athletic Hall of Fame. And of course, we'd hate to say not to give him all his Hall of Fames, in 2008, Al Fiola was in the Alhambra High School Hall of Fame. So Al Fiola in 3 different Hall of Fames when you look at what he did. Oh, by the way, you know what? He was also an assistant coach at El Dorado High School here at the local product. So when you talk about Coach Fiola, and I tell you what, guys, if he walked in here at my age right now and stood up next to all 3 of us, there'd be one guy everybody would say, they're in shape. It wouldn't be you, him, or me. He was one of those, along with Coach Sampson, that made you realize what coaching was all about here at Fullerton College. Not only is that, but what a wonderful man Al was when you look at him as they now get ready for the Al Fiola Fieldhouse locker room, and that's what they were doing today here at Fullerton College. A great man, a great mentor, a great player, Al Fiola.
Now, we have a lot of games going on right now. Only 2 of them started at 12, including ours. But the other one starting at 12, Canyons over Bakersfield, 10-0. And then Riverside is beating San Diego Mesa, 10-0 with 6 minutes and 4 seconds left. Saddleback over El Camino. Now, Mark mentioned in the start that the Hornets maybe need Saddleback to lose if they want this playoff spot. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here, James.
Yeah, well, Fullerton was down 13-0 as well, and they came back, and now they have a lead. So you never know. They could happen.
Allen Hancock is up 7-0 over Citrus with 8:40 left in the first quarter.
It's a bit of an upset so far.
Grossmont is beating Glendale 7-3, 9 minutes and 13 seconds. We were supposed to have another game with Compton and Antelope Valley. Antelope Valley takes that one by forfeit. Santa Monica West LA has not been updated yet. It was supposed to start half an hour ago, like most of these other games. Southwestern up on Chaffee by 1, 7-6. And then our last game of the early slate is Moore Park versus Long Beach. Moore Park up 3-0 with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Now, for the rest of the games at 3 p.m., the only game at 3 p.m., LA Valley versus Desert. LA Valley is having their sophomore night. Cerritos is taking on East LA, and we know we need East LA to win.
Yeah, if there's ever a time that they're going to pull it out and have the game of their year, tonight's the night. Fullerton really needs it.
Next is Mount San Jacinto versus Palomar. Santa Ana versus Santa Barbara. LA Pierce versus San Bernardino Valley. Mount Sac versus Ventura. And last but not least, Pasadena City versus Orange Coast. Now, James, coming into this second half, obviously you thought that the Rustlers were outplaying the Hornets in most, if not all, aspects of the game so far, but the Hornets have the lead. So what do you think needs to happen for the Hornets to either start outplaying the Rustlers or keep the lead that they have?
Run the ball. They just need to run the ball. Once they started running the ball, it freed up a little bit in the passing game. But their offensive line was just opening up holes because these defensive linemen are pinning their ears back going for the quarterback. And when they do that, they're vulnerable on the run game. So when they started running the ball, they got O.J. Jones involved a little bit. Fred Hunter having a day as well. Get your running backs involved, and I think that'll keep them on the right path.
Now, I mentioned it a bit earlier. What do you think about Golden West's decision not to kick to the returners of Fullerton?
Well, I think it's a smart move. J.T. Weir's been solid all season in the return game. He's leading the league with a 33-yard return average. He was player of the week a couple weeks ago, week 8 for special teams. And keeping the ball out of his hands is probably the best thing you could do as a defensive or as a opposite player. Yeah, J.T. Weir's been doing it all year long. He's got the return touchdown. He's player of the week, week 8. If Golden West were smart, they would keep doing what they're doing and just kicking it, little pooch kicks to the 35-40 and keep the ball out of his hands.
Howdy, James.
And I'm here now with Joseph.
Abdo. Joseph Abdo. What do you think about the missed field goal?
I think
we talked about it in the pregame.
Yeah, it's something that's been happening all year for Golden West, you know. The break for Fullerton, but kind of expected.
We talked about it in the pregame, how they were 3 from 10. I'm sure it got brought up during the broadcast a couple times, definitely after that miss.
Yep.
If the game comes down to it, on a missed field goal, that'd be crazy.
Well, and Fullerton missed an extra point. Luckily, there was a penalty, and we got to redo it. That's the difference in the game. So,
Exactly.
So it goes both ways. Both teams have been struggling with kicking. Fullerton's third best field goal percentage in the league, but the worst PAT percentage. How that happens, I don't know. If it's just lackadaisical, not focusing on these short kicks, whatever it is, it needs to be changed. It needs to happen fast.
Real quick, right before second half starts. Second half, keys to second half for Fullerton.
Like I was just mentioning to Caleb, they need to run the ball some more. Keep running the rock. Keep this defense from being able to pin their ears back going for the quarterback. And I think that'll definitely help the offense. As far as the defense, I think they just need to keep. We need Ethan Sharpier to keep being Ethan Sharpier. He saved the day there. He had the big sack on the drive earlier in the game when they were driving. That stopped their drive dead in its tracks. And then at the end of the half, that sack right there to keep them from getting points on the board before the end of the half. He's just showing why he's the all-time leading tackler here at Fullerton College, and just one of the just great people to be around too. Doing his interviews and talking to the guy before the game. He's just a good guy, and it's good to see him doing good things on the field. I can't wait to see what he does after Fullerton College.
Do we see Chris Lunsberg back on the field today?
Well, I think we're going to see him. Fullerton never just goes with one quarterback. They like to mix it up. They've done that from week 1. But I do think Sherholtz gives us a better chance against this team because of mobility. Him being able to move around and mix it up and not just be a pocket passer and be able to get away from this fierce pass rush that Golden West has shown us. I think that's a big key to the second half, is keeping Sherholtz involved.
Sounds good. We're about a minute away from the second half start. We got a 14-13 lead for Fullerton College. You guys talked about other scores around the league. Anything surprising so far?
Well, we needed Saddleback to kind of lose today, but they're up 14-0. Big game tonight though at 6 o'clock. We need Cerritos. We need ELAC to really pull out their best effort of the season and really pull off an upset for us for Fullerton.
We have some representatives over there at ELAC. ELAC's hosting or Cerritos?
That's ELAC.
Yeah, ELAC. All right. Well, best of luck to both teams.
Yeah. So if ELAC can pull one off today, that would help Fullerton a lot. But you know, when you lose last week in that heartbreaking fashion, you have no one to blame but yourselves. You got to come out here and win and hope for the best.
Have you seen ELAC play?
I know, Mark. I know.
You guys haven't even watched ELAC play, so for you to say that tells me you've never watched ELAC play.
Oh,
We may have never seen ELAC play, but
no.
Any game, anybody can win. You never know. There's been upsets.
Have you ever seen ELAC play? There's some teams that, you know what, it's almost like saying I could put anybody on the air with me and they could talk football.
They can't.
No, they can't.
That happens?
No, they can't. They can mention a play and look at somebody's name, because realize, as we get ready for this second half of Hornet football here on Hornet Radio, the Hornets are up by 1. The Hornets need to win the game first of all. Then they need to win the game convincingly. They would be nice if they would get Mount Sac, first of all, to get beat by Ventura. They need that to happen. The upset will not happen at East LA with Cerritos, but that would help or be nice if it did.
Or at least keep it close.
Saddleback and El Camino, the scenario basically says whoever wins that one wins their conference. People are going to say, well, hey, the Hornets and Saddleback will have the same conference records, and that the Hornets beat Saddleback face to face. And people have said that makes a difference. But Saddleback has been ranked above the Hornets this year many times. There are mysterious power rankings that some of us are privy to. And that has a lot to do with it, too. almost like the old days when teams that shouldn't be in the playoffs ended up playing for state championships. So we'll see what happens. It comes down to this. If you're a Hornet fan, which you should be, and they're out here today, you need the Hornets to win this second half. If you're a fan for any other team in community college, you need a loss. Realize the Hornets wins, there's a three-way tie in this conference. Cerritos beat Fullerton. If Fullerton wins this, they beat Golden West. Golden West beats Cerritos. So at the end of the day, Sunday will tell us what the jambalaya is all about. Let's get ready now for a little more community college football in this day that we celebrate the legend Al Fiola here on Hornet Radio. Deep kick. JT Weir at the 5. Stutter steps, slides between a couple defenders, and gets up to the 25 before they drag him down. So as the Hornets come on the field, JT, set that offensive line for me when they get out there.
Well, I can see Dylan Spencer coming out there. We got Mike McDonald. Well, they stopped going out there.
Okay, well, when they get out there, we'll set up that offense. I tell you what.
There we go.
Joseph, my friend, you've got defense in a second. So go ahead, JT, set that offensive line.
Then we got Hayden Frazier at the center, Kalapati Kinikini at right guard, and Corey Rivera-Zamora at right tackle.
So that's the group that needs to take over the game here in the second half for your Fullerton College Hornets. Straight dive with Fred up the middle, gain of 2 on the play. Let's get that defense set for the Golden West Rustlers there, Joseph.
Well, that was Brandon Solo with the tackle there.
So we come back up. Second down along 9. Once again, pump fake, throw it over, try to make that catch on a pump fake twice, and I just don't know if it's him, as Luke Indorf stops his route. Didn't look like he completed it, which is an incomplete pass.
And I was going to say out wide, Aaron Stock was able to have that covered. Pass incomplete.
Third down and 9.
Well, on the defensive line there, we got Javon Taylor, Mike Saigo, and Cosma.
Go back, throw it over, almost picked, telegraphed the play. That should have been picked off by J.D. Alicia, and he would have been gone.
Yeah, that's not a good showing there for the start of the second half for the Fullerton offense.
Lunsberg is hesitant on his throws.
Well, he had no time to throw in the first half. It's easy to see why he'd be a little flinchy there.
Hornets up by 1. Nice kick. Gets it away. Overtaken. Ball is on the ground. Picked up. Finally taken down right there as Tanner Schmidt made a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch and then dropped it, and it bounced right back to him, JT, because if it doesn't, it's a free ball.
Yep, first person to get there after that, it's their ball. But that was a great play by Nathan Lewis, too, on the snap. It was a low snap, fielded it, and a nice punt.
Set the defense for the Hornets.
All right, we got up front, we got Oscar Madrigal, Josh Grethen, Shane Herrera, and Des Palomalu. Linebackers, we got Nathan Lewis, Ethan Sharpier, and Eric Rory. And I'll finish it up after this play.
Owa goes back, throws it to Schmidt. Schmidt this time doesn't get far, as really there is a missed block by Aiden Goodwin that would have set him free.
That was Xander Chisholm with the tackle. He's out there with Jameer Cartagena, Leonard Adams, and E.J. Robinson.
Goodwin looked like he was going to the I can't even get it out of my mouth. Far side of the field, Don Thompson goes there in his place. Owa looks things over, Second down and 4. Straight up the middle, off tackle, nice little run again. Up the middle, Aaron Mitchell is just a bull of a running back for the Rustlers.
Well, Dylan Bunbury and Inoka Samita, they opened up a big hole right there at the guard and center position. He had a big gap to run through.
That was back-to-back tackles for Xander Chisholm there.
Tanner Schmidt comes out to this side of the field. Next to him, David Daniels. Hand it off again. Just sort of crawl your way for one. That's what Mitchell does up the middle.
Much better job by the defensive line there to get some push there.
Second down and 8 for the Rustlers. The Hornets up by 1, 14-13. Owen looks over. Schmidt comes up far side of the field. Daniels in the slot next to him. Mitchell, the running back. Big second down play. Owa hands it off to Mitchell again. Nice little jump cut right in the middle to get a gain of 2 more. It's going to bring up a third down and 6 right at the 45.
That looked like Shane Herrera there first to get to him on the tackle.
And that's a big third down coming up. Going into the game, third down conversions, 44% for the Rustlers.
Third down and 6. Golden West taking their time trying to get this out. Nick Mitchell trying to figure out what the Hornet defense is doing. Oh, it goes back. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Spins. Double clutches. Is it caught? It is. But are they going to give him the mark? They do. And they move the chain. And it's interesting. The down judge walks back a step to place the ball, which moves the chains. And if I'm a Hornet coach, I'm complaining about the mark.
Right, we have a good view of that too. It's right lined up with us. That was definitely not a good spot.
First down and 10. Hand it off, take it around the corner. This time,
wow.
Tackle made,
Leonard.
and finally somebody hits Aaron Mitchell down low because he's a beast of a running back.
Yeah, Leonard Adams has been flying all over the place today. He called his name a few times. That was a great play, great instincts there to get to him in the backfield for the tackle for loss.
And JT, I don't know about you, but I thought he got hit behind the line of scrimmage. They finally moved the down marker back. Okay, I was a little confused because they didn't. And I kept thinking, when are you going to move the down marker back? Loss of 4 on the play. I was getting ready to yell out the window.
Looks like Jonas Deschaux checked in the game for the Hornets.
Owa goes back. Owa goes up. He's got the pressure. Thrown up, thrown out. Flag against the Hornets.
That ball didn't even look like it was going to be catchable.
Ethan did great to get to the quarterback there, putting some pressure.
They're going to call it holding. But holding is a penalty if the ball's non-catchable or not. Holding. So it's not pass interference. And if you're at home saying he couldn't catch the football, that doesn't matter if they threw it up to us. Holding is holding. Well, remember the rule, whatever you call stands. So you can't change your mind as an official. That's going to give the Rustlers a chance to move the ball when they were in trouble. First down and 10 at the 45. Go again across the middle. This time, wow. Caught in, taken in. I wasn't sure he pulled that one in as Aiden Goodwin drags it into his knees for a reception.
That was the second catch of the day there.
It looked like Maya Norwood was going to steal the ball out of his hands there, but that was strong hands by the receiver to keep a hold of it.
First down and 10 at the 30 for the Rustlers, just like in the first half. Nobody's getting Owa all alone. Caught, picked!
Oh,
incomplete. Should have been.
And there's his name again, Leonard Adams. Almost had the interception right there.
So the offensive line for Golden West when you get a chance.
Yeah, we got Grant Walker, Dihanu Atutusi, Inoka Samita, Cam Shepard, and Dylan Bunbury are on the line for Golden State today.
Tanner Schmidt.
Golden West, I'm sorry, Golden State.
This side of the field. Dom Thompson in the slot next to him. Second down and 10. Hand it off. Nice little carry one time right there by Kendrick Thomas. And Thomas with a scrum gets taken down with a gain. I think they'll mark him down right about at the 26. So we'll see it is at the 27-yard line. 27. Third down and 5. Hornets come. Flag against the Hornets.
Penalties are getting them on this drive.
Talked about penalties earlier in the pregame show.
Yep.
So that's going to move it.
That's the second
For
flag on
first
third
down.
down to give them the first mark on this drive. These are things you can't do when you're playing the #1 team in the state, Mark.
Yeah, well, things you can't do when you're playing anybody, too, like you would say. So it's first down and 10. Owa keeps it himself. Gets taken down as he just gets across the 20 to the 18.
Leonard Adams and Ethan Sharpier at the tackle there.
With 4. Looks like 9 minutes to go here in this third quarter. So the offense did what they did at the beginning of the game. They sputtered. The defense trying to make a stop along the way. Goodwin comes out here this side. Hand it off. Take a break at tackle. Finally gets stood up. Taken down Kendrick Thomas. Gets all the way down to the 8-yard line.
He's averaging about 12 yards per carry today. That was his 6th carry on the day.
He averages 40 yards a game.
As a team, Golden West averages 200 a game on the ground. They're really strong on that part of the field, or part of the game.
Schmidt to the near side of the field. Thomas a running back. Owa drops the ball, has time to pick it up. Dance, go for the corner. Touchdown. So I drop the football. I pick it up, and Will McKissick says, I'm here. Throw it to me. Touchdown, Rustlers.
Yeah, penalties really hurt that drive. That was McKissick with the touchdown catch, freshman from St. John Bosco. He's been solid for him all day.
Penalties and third downs. Not being able to stop them on third downs. Twice. 3rd and 6. The other one was a 3rd and 4.
So we wait for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's the Rustlers 20, the Hornets 14 here on Hornet Radio. Yeah, your Hornets need to come along, and the crowd has gotten sullen and quiet in front of me. You can feel the people out there now, the pressure getting to them. They sitting as fans going, oh, no, not now. You know, it's anybody who's a Raider fan, San Diego Charger fan, they know how I feel. Texas fan of any Texas team, they know how they feel.
But this is how they started the first half, and they did recover. Now you
They
can't always count on that, but let's hope that shows that they can do it again.
But you have a second half if you don't. Here, it's all or nothing when this half ends.
That's right.
JT Weir back deep with Cartagena for the Hornets.
And not only the game, but your season.
Your season, yeah, absolutely. What if?
Yep.
Goes to JT Weir. JT looking for a gap. JT's got people. JT needs a block. JT goes to the 50. There's a flag against the Hornets at the 25. It is coming back.
And I saw the whole mark. It was pretty clear. Right call.
Going into today, 86 penalties for 826 yards.
Yeah, these are the second and third most penalized teams in the league. That one hurts, though, for sure.
We were talking about the crowd being pretty damp. That definitely didn't help it. After such an explosive play from JT Weir, I'll take some wind out of the crowd for sure.
Well, like we were saying at the halftime show, me and Caleb, he asked if I think that they should keep kicking away from Weir, and I said yes, and that's exactly why. You give the ball to Weir, and look what he can do. He's a playmaker. But penalty negates it, so it's all for naught.
So they move it back to the 15. Last time out offensively, the Hornets could not do anything.
And I wanted to mention going into that drive, Golden West was 2 of 6 on third downs. This last drive, 2 from 2, ended up in a touchdown. So his third downs came up huge.
That ends up being about a 45-yard penalty, Mark.
So Lunsberg, who has had a shaky day at quarterback, they run an option with JT Weir. There is no place to go because no blocks are made on the outside. And I tell you what, O.J. Jones just got mauled by the defensive player on the lead block.
Yeah, that was Aaron Stock. He got there quick and dove at his feet.
Loss of 4 on the play. Lunsberg's back. Lunsberg's numbers were not good in that first half. He's got time, he looks, he gets pressured, he's got time. Flings it down the middle, incomplete pass. And guys, I gotta say this, then you guys must be telling me that secondary for Golden West is incredible because I counted to 7 before he threw a football.
Well, they're leading the league in interceptions coming into the game. They had 17 interceptions. They got 2 more today.
8 defensive touchdowns.
8 defensive touchdowns. The second most is 3. Their secondary is very good. But Lunsberg just looks a little off today. Something doesn't look right.
I brought up the question to you at half. Do we see Chris Lunsberg in the second half?
Well, we already know the answer to that one. So it's 3rd down and 13 for the Hornets. Here they come. Run it straight up the middle, and that's just the play to make sure we don't make a mistake.
Right, playing very conservative with a must-win game. And I don't mind giving the ball to O.J. Jones there, but I think they should start the drive with that. The trickery sets them back right off the bat, and then they're ready to dig themselves a hole.
So Tanner Schmidt comes in. He will stand at the 36. Get a flag against the Hornets.
Only had 2 in the first half, which is a big improvement over their previous games. They've already got 4 in the second half.
Moves it back. And they bring it all the way up to the 40. So the Wrestlers will start in Hornet territory. And it's the Wrestlers 20, the Hornets 13, here on Hornet Radio. Joseph, JT, Corey, Joe, Vito, Becky, Peyton, Caleb, and myself. See on that beautiful camera up there, we can take a picture of all us good-looking guys.
Looks like Fred Adams is in the game now, Mark.
Oh, Aaron Mitchell. Mitchell carries it off left tackle. Gets a gain of 4.
Yeah, Neil Martin Norwood with the tackle there.
So now if you're Golden West, they're going to run, and run. You feel like you've got the game now where you want it. You're up by 6. You can't stop us. Out to the right side of the middle is Thomas. Next to him is Daniels. Hornets walk up. Ola looks at it, slaps his heel. They go up the middle of the field. There's nobody there. Incomplete pass.
Sharpier's here getting the pressure there. He's already got 2 sacks and 2 hurries, too. I think that Fullerton's arguing that's a intentional grounding because there's nobody in the area. There it is. Yeah. There's the flag.
So we'll see if that's what they're throwing. They're going to talk about it. We'll see if it's intentional grounding. It is. So it's penalty and loss of down.
Now, in that situation, does the sack go to Sharpier, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's his 3rd one of the game. That gives him 5.5 on the season, and that would be the lead going into this week.
So now it's 3rd and 18.
And like I was saying earlier, 2nd and 3rd most penalized teams. They just shot themselves in the foot with that one.
3rd and 18.
So if you're the Hornets, you don't give them time to throw. Here they come. Once again, they're bringing the heat. Across the middle, knocked away, incomplete pass.
Nehemiah Norwood with the coverage. And I think that was the first time we've seen the ball thrown to Schmidt and he not bring it in.
So the defense, because of a penalty, makes a big 3rd down stop. And now we wait to see what Mark Esley II can do. And this kid's going to return one for him. I know it. Come on, Mark. Signals for a fair catch at the 5. Off his shoulder pad.
He almost dove backwards to catch it. Oh, generous spot.
So with 5:46 to go, they're going to mark it at the 7. The Hornets are trailing. It's the Rustlers 20, the Hornets 14 here on Sportsnet USA. Oh, Hornet Radio. Guys, I'm going to sportsnetusa.net later, so leave me alone.
Quick plug.
Maybe you'll give Hornet Radio some love there.
I always do. Jack Sherholz in at quarterback. Fred Hunter at running back. Hornets need to make a move. Jack up the middle, stays on his feet, drags a few people, should get at least 4 on the play.
I think this definitely gives Fullerton a better chance here with Sherholz in the backfield. Just having that two different things you can do is huge.
That's what I alluded to.
Hubbard comes out this direction. In the slot next to him is Desmond Duffy.
I find it interesting. Total amount of plays. Golden West has 60 compared to Fullerton's 40.
Jack takes it again, stays on his feet. Are they going to give him the first? They're going to move the chains or moving the chains. First down, Hornet.
We talked about time of possession in the pregame. Unfortunately, averaging 26 minutes. So they got to get going quickly.
Desmond Duffy goes to the far side of the field. Logan Lester stands in near. Oh, that's JT Weir, near side of the field. First down. Jack gets the signal. Defensive backs for Golden West come up and play press and run. Straight dive play up the middle. Taken down, not let go, not let go. Fred goes no place on that one.
That was Brandon Solo with the tackles. He's their leading tackler on the season, coming in with 66 tackles.
Second down and 11. Jack looks over the offense. Once again, defensive backs walk up to press. Look at the amount of people in the line of scrimmage. 9 for Golden West. Across the middle, picked.
That one was picked off by Mason Griffin.
Oops. Oh, incomplete.
Incomplete. They said he went down. So it came down, and there's no argument there, JT. I thought he picked it.
I did too.
He's arguing about it, so we know the guy had it hit the ground first.
It's a break for Fullerton for sure. like I was just saying, I mean, coming into the game with 17 interceptions, 3 more today. That's what they do. They're ball hawks.
3rd down and 10. Jack gives it up the middle.
Man, Mark, I gotta ask you. I see it on TV all the time. Teams going for, what is it, 3rd and 10, let's say. Why run the ball there? I don't understand. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to work. It seems very frustrating as someone who watches a little bit of football.
Yeah, but you've got to look at what the defense is doing to you right now. They're taking your pass game away from you. You almost threw your 5th pick of the game. So you don't want to give it up. You want to say to your defense, go, that hit him, that hit him, that hit him.
That looks like a Fullerton recovery.
That hit, I thought it hit the guy from Golden West.
That's a big play here.
That looked like
it hit the guy from Golden West where I was standing at.
That looked like it hit him. I'd be surprised.
Yeah. That's a Hornet ball.
Fullerton football.
It did hit him.
Wow. Huge break for Fullerton there, Mark.
See, I got pretty good eyes for an old guy, didn't I?
Not bad, old man. Not bad. What a break. What a game, like a big momentum changing play right there.
And that's one of those plays that it's just lucky circumstances because Five's trying to get back, then he realizes he hits the ground, I want to get out of the way, and it bounces right towards him. We saw a goal last night in soccer, right? That the guy didn't know what to do with the ball and knocks it into his own goal because he just didn't know what to do.
Well, and you saw that play started with almost a block. The punt was almost blocked, and then it ends up being a blessing for Fullerton.
Another break in this game. Both these teams have gone back and forth with good luck, bad luck, good luck, bad luck, and good luck. Sherholz gets taken down after gain of 2. We're at the 2-minute mark in this 3rd quarter.
This is the first time Fullerton's seen Golden West side of the field in this half. That's a
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you look at Jack, I mean, the quarterbacks are rattled, to say the least.
Right.
Fred Hunter in the backfield. Fred's been bottled.
So when you ask why go run it on 3rd and 10, that's why. That's the only thing we've had going for us is running it.
They hand it off to Fred. Fred gets up the middle, gets it all the way up to the 45. And now, guys, you look at this and say, we're across midfield. There's 2 minutes and a little of a quarter to go. Here, 2 down territory.
Absolutely.
Okay, JT's already put his money on it.
Absolutely. What do you got to lose? It's your season on the line.
JT Weir goes to the far side of the field. Jack at quarterback. Fred at running back. 3rd down and 5 for your Hornets. JT goes in motion. Throws it to JT Weir. And he throws it in a spot that JT has absolutely no chance to do anything with it.
You want to try the tackle? I'll give it a shot. Kauna Oa Kamakawiwole on the tackle there. He got straight to Jack Sherrills.
So JT Weir, and we're going to punt it away again.
Sorry, it's Josh Clark.
Back kick, same sides over the shoulder. Runs in. Golden West College wants a flag, but come on, guys. It wasn't even close. He did not go into the player. Nick Mitchell runs down the field and says, come on, man. Nick, you know he didn't. Your mom knows he didn't. And everybody else knows they didn't. Come on, Nick. Rashawn Haylock, Nick, isn't even here, and he doesn't know what happened. So come on. And the reason I can say Rashawn Haylock for 8 years was the voice of Golden West College football on SportsNetUSA.net. 1st down and 10 for the Rustlers as we get ready to get into that 4th quarter. They need a play. Oh, it goes back. Throws it out into the flat. Block out on top. So you move it across, maybe right about the oh, they're going to mark it. Oh, a short little gain of 2. I thought it made it a little further up. 2nd down and 8 for the Rustlers. Tanner Schmidt, quiet in the second half, comes to the near side of the field. Oa looking to do something. Aaron Mitchell in the backfield. Mitchell gets it, dances in the middle, straight up the middle. Mitchell gets a first down.
Shifty footwork there, Mark. That was a good cut in the backfield.
Aaron Mitchell, 4 touchdowns this season. Averages 39 yards a game, and yet today he looks like he's a 1,000-yard runner for the season. First down and 10 at the 30 for the Rustlers.
Yeah, a lot of credit's got to go to that offensive line, Mark. They have 4 different running backs that have 3 or more touchdowns on the season.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. As we come to the end of the third quarter, well, the Hornets are trailing. It's the Rustlers 20, the Hornets 14 here on Hornet Radio. Don't forget, next Friday night, a little Hornet soccer here on Hornet Radio, so we'll see what's going on there this coming Friday night. Joe will be out there with a group of young individuals that want to be broadcasters, camera people, technicians. We'll see what happens with that game as they take it on as the Hornets on the soccer side of the field keep trudging on towards the playoff. So make sure you check in with us. A little more volleyball coming up around the corner here on Hornet Radio. But before we get there, we got to end this one today. Do they have a chance for the playoffs, or do they get shut out and sent to the Safari Desert for a bowl game? Well, we'll find out here on Hornet Radio.
I'll give a little bit of hope. First quarter, Golden West led. Second quarter, Fullerton led. Third quarter, Golden West led. Fourth quarter, will Fullerton lead?
We'll see. Oa comes out at quarterback. First and 10. Kissick goes in motion. Oa takes it himself. Runs the outside. Gets taken down at the 30.
That was Eric Rory there. Nice tackle. Tried to get the stiff arm, wouldn't let it happen.
Second down and 10 for the Rustlers.
And for the offensive line for the Rustlers, we got Cam Shepard, Dylan Bunbury, Inoka Samita, Lihanu Atuatasi, and Grant Walker.
Tanner Schmidt comes out to this side. Will McKissick in the slot. Oa hands up straight up the middle. Giant hole. First down. And you talk about a big hole. Aaron Mitchell and I could have run through that hole.
Yeah, that was Grant Walker in a 2-2 on the left side there to guard and tackle. That was a huge hole.
He's going to run with him, or is he going to carry you?
He's going to carry you? Nah, I could run with him.
That hole's big enough for me to run through there.
Tell you what, the offensive line is beating the defensive line and driving them backwards. Stick with it, and that's what they do. They stick with it. Gain of 1 for Aaron Mitchell. So Mitchell gets a gain of 1 on the play. Always had a productive day. Not an outrageous day, but a productive day. I would say Aaron Mitchell has a substantial day as a running back.
They're very well-rounded.
McKissick comes back in. McKissick will be the up back. Aaron Mitchell in the backfield, the running back. Second down and 8. Oa sidestep, tries to get away, gets enough to get up, maybe a gain of a half a yard. That's what they give him.
That's Oscar Madrigal with the tackle.
Third down and 6. At midfield, it's time for Brian Crook's team to make a stop. Big third down play.
Huge play. Huge play for the defense here.
Offside. Free play.
And almost intercepted.
It's going to stay third down, though.
That was Gretham that jumped, but when he jumped, instead of jumping back on his side, he kind of like threw his arms up, disgusted with himself instead of trying to get back.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about a half a yard.
3rd penalty on 3rd down in the second half already for
And this, we'll see if Nick Mitchell wants to win the games, guy. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fake it to Aaron Mitchell, and I'm going deep to Schmidt. Tanner Schmidt has been quiet. Right there, he stopped. He stopped. Blow the whistle. What the heck? What the heck? That is a horrible call. He was stopped.
Yeah, all momentum was gone. That's how do you not blow the whistle there?
That is a horrible call by the officials. He was moved sideways on the play.
That carry puts him over 100 yards on the day, though.
16 attempts. That's
1st down and 10. Oa goes. Catch right there.
No catch. Good.
That looks like he drew.
Yeah, the referee came in and saw that.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass. It looked like the ball hit the ground there. That was a good play. Good call by the officials. Maybe a make-up call? But I agree with you, Mark. All of his momentum was stopped there.
Yeah, I know Corey Neal will say quit sounding like a homer, but on that play, sorry.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough call.
But you
by
know
an
what?
official.
We don't have the penalty right before that. That doesn't even matter. It's still 4th down and then
2nd down and 10. We get timeout, Golden West. So with timeout on the field, it's the Rustlers 20, the Hornets 14, here on Hornet Radio. And of course, all of us on the right-hand side of the booth and behind me said, bad call. Everybody across the way said, great call. So, you know.
That's the beauty
We're
of sports.
fans, right? You know what? James, that's real interesting. That is the beauty of sports. And when we micromanage sports now like we do, you know, hey, everybody should, this is the best team. And big broadcast groups tell you who the best teams are. It sort of takes us fans out of the picture because then we can't argue with each other because we hear so-and-so says my team's going to play in the bowl game, yet you've watched your team play and you personally think my team's better than you and their record is just one game behind you. We've had that fun of argument as fans taken away from us.
Right, that's true. But that is really what I love so much about sports is that there's no right or wrong. You like your team, that's your team. And it's just the way and you'll back them to the end.
Yeah, you live and die with them if you're a real fan.
That's right.
2nd down and 10. So for all the Hornet fans out here, and you know where us three are here at Hornet Radio. Big 2nd down. Oa, look, Kissick goes in motion from left to right. They come back in this direction. There's the hole again. Missed tackle, 1st down. Love the way these young men run because Kendrick Thomas comes in, and it doesn't matter if you look at Thomas who's out there, if you look at Aaron Mitchell who's out there. Give the big guys down in the trenches because you've said holes all day long.
Yeah. And a lot of times on the left side it's Grant Walker. Grant Walker's opening up a lot of holes on that line.
Combined for the two, 170 yards between Aaron Mitchell and Kendrick Thomas and about 24 carries on the day.
Yeah, Mitchell himself's over 100 yards on the ground.
1st down and 10 for the Rustlers. Straight up
Another
the
big
middle.
hole.
There it is. Thomas running.
Uh-oh.
Touchdown, Golden West. Missed tackle. Carpentier is upset. Got pushed back by the official because he had his helmet ripped off during the play.
Long on the day was 22, but that was about 30.
And he ran back to make a statement to the white hat because he literally had his helmet ripped off during the play.
he's fired up too. He doesn't get like
No,
that very often.
yeah.
That offensive line is showing their strength right now. They're just running the ball right down our face. That's
Kick is up, kick is blocked. (26 to 14).
That's 12 points in the 12-point game.
So the Hornets need to find a little magic and a little defense here on Hornet Radio.
But where do you go to with this now, Mark? And everything you've done today hasn't worked. So I'm interested to see what Garrett Campbell draws up here, because the offense really needs to get something going right here. The season's on the line.
You can see the frustration from the Fullerton College players on the sideline.
So what we need now is a run back or a touchdown.
I'm willing to bet almost anything they kick it to JT Weir right here. I can almost guarantee that.
Get that run back. We quickly score.
As my cousin would say, it takes them, how long does it take to run 40 yards? About 6 seconds?
I don't know if it's one of us three up here. It takes a lot longer than 4 seconds. Takes a lot longer than 40. Well, I don't know. It may take JT and I 4 days.
I'm a lot faster than I look. All right, you put a piece of brisket on the end there.
No, that's it.
They're not kicking it the Weir. There's no way. I hope they do. They
JT
do.
takes it. JT, I need one, baby. I need one. Oh, JT, don't go fall down. JT, go over the top.
He looks like a motorcycle racer. You know when the motorcycle racers go all the way to the ground and bend over? He just switched midway through the ground. That was beautiful. And he followed it up with a beautiful hurdle as well.
He's quite the athlete. I'm very surprised they kicked it in there.
See Phil Austin wandering around down there. Say hi to the Austins one more time. Thank you always for listening to all our games here on Hornet Radio or SportsNetUSA.net. Dealing with the old guy for all these years and Corey Naylor, 2 old guys on this. Hornets need a quick one.
Let's see if Lensburg can get something going here.
Quick out to Esley. Thank you.
Well, hey, that looked like a sure pass there. Maybe that's little short things what they have to be trying to do here. A little 5-yard out, get the ball out of Lensburg's hands, get the ball in your playmaker's hands.
That's it.
I think a big difference we highlighted in their earlier pregame show is for the defense for Golden West, 7 tackles Caleb McCutcheon, 7 Drew Faulkner, 9 Brandon Solo, 4 for Cruz. 4 for Cruz Wheeler.
O.J. Jones up the middle, first down. Let's go with a hurry-up offense. Let's not walk up. We don't have that much time. We need to get up there and make the play. Defense needs to stop him. JT Weir comes back in the game. JT should stay. We'll see if they put JT in the backfield.
Fullerton only has 2 tacklers. That's Ethan Sharpier as well as Leonard Adams, who have more than 4 tackles.
Mark Esley II comes to this side of the field. Look over and get things to go.
Time's a ticking.
Go back. He's got to throw it across the middle of the field, over his head. Doesn't lead him. If he does, he's still running.
Yeah, Lundberg has put a tick off on everything today, and I think it's the pressure coming from Golden West that's got him a little jumpy. Because that was the throw he's made all season long.
And if you watch it, it's that second pump, because the first pump he wants to let it go, and he thinks about it.
Right.
Because he's afraid to throw a pick.
Right. The interceptions are just happening too far off.
O.J. Jones stays on his feet. He should have a first down. He does.
I'll tell you what, if there's been a bright spot on this offense, Mark, it's definitely been O.J. Jones.
So first down. For the Hornets, they move the chains. Enough time to score 2.
Still all 3 timeouts as well.
There's that second
There's that second
Yep,
punt.
you called
And
it, Mark.
as you can see it, he is so undetermined. He doesn't want to throw a pick. He pulls it down. Before, I could make that pass for a touchdown. Now, I don't want to make a mistake.
Right.
And that's what you see in a quarterback. When they get picked a couple times, no matter who they are, they get hesitant because they're afraid to make a mistake.
Right, and if it's not an interception, it's a sack. You know, you're thinking about a bad throw, or getting hit. You got multiple things on your mind there. It's easy to see why he's doing these things.
Yeah, and so it's the thing is we get a player down on the field. So we have timeout on the field. So it's the Wrestlers 26, the Hornets 14, here on Hornet Radio. We talked about the great Al Fiola and the awards for Al Fiola today as we looked at everything here at Fullerton College as they celebrated the man who is a true legend, instructor and football coach from the past. So we had a celebration for Al Fiola, who is a huge role in the success of so many individuals here. He was hired as an instructor and a coach in '61. And of course, what did he do? He helped Hal Sherbeck get national championships in '65, '67, '83. And when they weren't winning national champions, they were becoming conference champions with 16 conference championships. Looking for another one today. The way it's going right now, doesn't look like it's going to happen. And you know what will happen if they lose? East LA will beat Cerritos.
Have you seen East LA?
I have. All home season.
Yeah, you'll see him
I
play
have
later
been
today.
there. Second down and 2.
Give it to OJ.
Up to OJ should have enough. He's got a first down. It was marked and called.
Running back, OJ. I think that's all for him. Here you go.
It looks like they didn't give you some, Mark.
No, it's.
Oh, yeah, they did. They did. I'm sorry. You're right.
Well, no, they say it's third down and 10. You know what? That's right. Player got hurt on that play. So you and I were both thinking the same way.
Yep.
Going deep. On the wrong side. Incomplete pass.
Lester looks down. That was the most comfortable I've seen him look on a throw, though, Mark.
So we'll see the Hornets send out their kicking team again. Down by 12. Clock's against them. Look at some of the scores.
Looking at some of the scores right now. In the fourth quarter, 8 minutes left. It's a close one between Bakersfield and Canyons. 7-10, Canyons hosting and leading, as well as Laney at San Mateo. That one's second, 2 minutes left in the second quarter. San Mateo's up 24-7 there. San Diego Mesa at Riverside, another hosting team, leading 30-14 with a minute left in the second quarter there. Santa Monica West LA hasn't kicked off yet. It has kicked off, just no score yet. El Camino Saddleback, that one's over, 35-0 at half. Saddleback hosting as well. Seems like hosts have won today.
So Saddleback will go to the playoffs.
This host is having trouble.
I know. All the hosts that I mentioned have won. Fullerton College hosting hasn't gotten the win yet, but 8 minutes and 40 seconds, let's be optimistic.
Hornets punt it away. Signal for a fair catch. Gets down right at the 2.
I thought they couldn't take the ball into the end zone.
Optimism.
Okay, now they're talking about it. Now they're talking about it.
Optimism.
I don't think that's going to be down right there. I think that ball went in the end zone.
Play like that could change the game.
Well, I mean, you're punting it from the 50. That changes it from a net of 49 to a net of 29. You might as well just go for it there.
Yeah, I thought he caught it outside the end zone and stepped in the. They're going to call it a touchback.
Yeah, because if you catch it and go into the end zone like that, it counts. You have to stop. Your body cannot go in the end zone, even though the ball does. If you keep the ball out and you go in the end zone, it's okay. But if you go in the end zone with the ball, it's a touchback. That's a huge play right there.
So Ryan Crooks and Phil Austin are talking to the officials. Ryan Crooks does not agree with the call.
I wouldn't want to be that white cap right now.
Phil Austin does not agree with the call. I can tell you right now, Phil Austin doesn't agree with that either. And he just said he got the ball. Phil Austin is not. Phil Austin does not agree with that.
But you see it all the time. Like when the ball's bounced right there, you gotta stop the ball. Your momentum can take you to the end zone, but you have to knock the ball. You have to keep the ball from going in there.
No, Ryan Crooks. No, Ryan doesn't agree with the call, and Brian knows football. So I'm going to say Brian's going to say he was down, and then he walked into the end zone, and there's the difference. Going to hand it off, coming around the end. Hold on the outside, knocked out of bounds. That should stop the clock.
Now he broke 100 yards on the day.
Yep.
Sitting at 100 now. Should put him at 103.
So gain of 2 on the play.
102 it is.
Right, Phil Austin is hot down there.
Yeah, because and I'll explain it to you when we get off the air. I think what they thought the same thing I did. Run it straight up the middle. Stop. 3rd down.
Looks like Eric Rory coming around the side there. That was a nice tackle. From the opposite side.
I'm having a hard time. 7 minutes?
7.5 minutes to go. Gotta make something happen now.
7.
Anything is possible. There's the cliche for the day.
Yeah, there we go. Cliche number 37. We're scoring more cliches than the Hornets are scoring points.
I'm being told no more cliches. Second and
Go
last.
back. Throw the backside.
Oh,
Kiss it goodbye. Oh, is that a sweet touchdown? Golden West College to Tanner Smith, who delays on the route, then comes out across the middle, and he's gone. That was a delay across the middle. He takes 2 steps, stops, and then goes across the middle, and the defensive back stops with him, and it's touchdown. And it looks like it's going to be the Cereal Bowl for Fullerton College.
Did you say cereal?
Cereal, that's right.
All right. That's his 3rd touchdown.
Well, I got at least 3 guys that'll go to that bowl game.
It's been his day today. He's leading the team with 9 receptions. He's got 166 yards. He's averaging 18 yards. I know that helped out with that, but averaging his longest, that was a 77-yard touchdown. 3 touchdowns on the day.
3 touchdowns on the day. That actually puts him ahead of JT Weir now on the season for most touchdown catches in the league.
And as good as this defense has been for the year, you look at the amount of points they give up in games. They got throttled against Ventura. They got throttled against Cerritos. I got somebody who's a critic of football in the back telling me, okay, he's going to rephrase it now because he doesn't want to get in trouble, because I may send him out to talk to Brian Crooks. I do know who Player of the Year is. You picked, I forgot.
I know who you picked.
Who did he pick? You don't have to look if you know who he picked. Ethan Sharpier.
I don't think he chose him.
Corey, they're going to tell me you didn't pick Ethan as player of the year. I just got told that by my colleagues over here.
Not me, like your colleague. I think it's obvious who the player of the year is.
I was told.
JT Weir.
I was told that from I heard it from his mouth.
JT in the middle, coming up the field.
I
He
think
hasn't
that's a
quit
no-doubter.
playing.
Was it
What?
Jameer?
So the Hornets in dire straits with 6 minutes to go.
When you're talking about the defense not being the best this year, they've given up they're 6th in the league in defensive yards per game given up. They've gotten a lot of breaks though because they've got the 2nd best scoring defense in the league, but they're giving up the yards and they're just not giving up the points. Today they're giving up the points and the yards. And
They gave up how many against Ventura?
45.
They gave up how many against
with
Cerritos?
45 missed tackles, I'd say, too.
19. Cerritos is only 19.
Oh wow!
High throw by Lundberg, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Make sure you check, as a Hornet fan, where the bowl game will be. So you'll have to check the homepage because it should be on the road. Saddleback moves on in the playoffs.
There's the double pump again.
There it is. Missed the Desmond Duffy. And JT, you see it. He's so unsure now of when to let the ball go that it's in his head.
And it's crazy because he's looked so confident. He's been so good all season long. To see him like this is very shocking because he really did have such a great year. But like when he was getting hit the way he was at the beginning of the game, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, I mean, hey, once you get the yips.
Yeah. You're not supposed to say that, Mark. No yips. Look at that. Oh!
Oh, and that should no flag.
Hey, the defender was down on the ground longer than him. Popped right up.
And that brings out the punt team.
But
So
that looked like a confident throw there. But
Do you think, on the season, talking about Chris Lundberg, do you think he's played well this season, this game is different, or the level of opponent is the difference?
I think it was just the way the game started. The way the game started, it's got in his head. Simple as that.
He played well against against Ventura.
That was just a shootout.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. I thought for sure that was going to be on Phil Austin. That was a really late penalty from the opposite end of the field there, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know what Phil said to him, but it worked.
So they move it up. It'll be 1st down for the Hornets.
There's a famous saying in soccer when it comes to refereeing. No, there's a famous saying in soccer when it comes to refereeing. It is Jose Mourinho said, "If I speak, I am in big trouble." And that seems to be the vibe today.
Quick throw. Out to the flat. 1st down. So Duffy moves the ball, and we talked about it earlier. Quick throws slow down defenses.
Right.
Now you're seeing a quick throw. You sit there and you go, now is the defense rushing as hard as they did before? You don't know.
And they might be playing a little prevent.
Yeah. Try to give it to Fred up the middle.
But we could see that from the very beginning of the game that was going to be the key to being successful in offense. Run the ball, quick throws. Just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Surprised we didn't see Shearholtz a little more in the second half either.
Yeah, I agree there. Here they come.
See, there's a confident
Throw
throw.
the backside.
That was a confident throw.
JT Weir gets that.
See the quick throw. He doesn't give him time to think. He doesn't have time to double pump.
Well, he doesn't have time to think. In other words, if you watch them on both of them, that's my first read. I'm going to my first read no matter what.
Right. No double clutching, no hesitation, and it's working.
Goes back, looks, now he throws.
Got him.
Touchdown.
That was Esley. Esley the second.
So Mark Esley the second pulls that one in.
His first catch of the day. Second catch of the day, sorry.
5:29 left for the Hornets. Looking for. I'm looking because nobody's out there. You going? Are you going for two or
They
what?
are going for two. Lunsberg's on the field.
Just we see Jack running it.
And if you're going to go for two, I'm really shocked we're not seeing Sherholtz in there.
Yeah.
So, what are we getting? Whistles for it should be.
Well, they got.
No, delay a game.
You can't give delay of game. They wouldn't let them snap the ball.
Well, you've got to. If you get out there late offensively, you've got to give the defense time. That counts against you.
Oh, that.
So that's what they call it. You don't get a break if you run offensive players out there with 10 seconds on the clock. You've got to give the defense time. That's against you. So.
Well, now what do you do? Go for it. Oh, yeah, you have to,
Yeah,
right?
I'd still go for two. I mean, you know, at this stage of the game, you look at the score. It's not like you're down by 7, you know. So you've got to say, okay, we're down by what? We're down by 12. So if I get 2 here, I'm down by 10. Then I only need a field goal and a touchdown to tie the game, not 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Really quick, I wanted to congratulate Mark Esley, the second, on his first touchdown of the season.
There you go.
So, I mean, that's what you look for in that. And I will go and talk to Brian Crooks about where we thought the ball was down to where they said it wasn't down, because I think I already know Brian's thinking on that one.
Well,
So,
and you would think Coach Phil Austin knows that rule because he is the special teams coach too. So
yeah,
I think you're right. He probably knows what he's talking about.
yeah, he wasn't happy. Lunsberg said throw it there. JT Ware for 2.
Make it 11 touchdowns on the season for JT Woods.
That wasn't a touchdown. That was a 2-point conversion.
Sorry, 2-point conversion. You're right.
And he was passed up by Tanner Schmidt for the lead on the season now.
Do you know how many 2-point conversions? Yes.
No. Do you?
So 32-22 here on Sports.
He has one for sure.
Radio.
He has one for sure. I seen it right now. He has one.
You can't ask me a question you don't even know the answer to. What do you think, Mark? Onside? Sealed.
Are you guys trying to have me just do the last 5 minutes and 24 seconds by myself?
No way. What do you think? Onside?
Because if I look over at Corey Nailing and he sees the look in my eye, he's going to go, okay, that's it. I'm coming up there.
Don't do it to me, Mark.
No, I don't see an onside kick.
Well, it hurts too. You just lost a timeout on an extra point there.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't see an onside kick. I really don't.
Right. This defensive line needs to step it up right here.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that you know that you're wazoo. So you're going to hope that you make a stop, get the ball back, you get in field goal range at least. You get within that field goal, you get within 7. Now, within 7 with 2 minutes left, onside kick.
Right.
And then, if for some reason they do this, here's the cool one, because you'd want to see, I would. I know you play for a tie at home and win in overtime. If I were to do that and tie this game with like 30 seconds to go, I go for the win.
Absolutely.
I don't think we're going to end up in that scenario, but that's what I would do.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been saying it all day. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Literally win or go home.
Oh, well, in the game, you have to let them beat you with a pass, not with the run. You've got to make
sell
the
out.
tackle. You've got to make the. That's not making the tackle. You just gave him 4 yards. You've got to make that tackle.
Yeah, Nathan Lewis there didn't wrap up. He almost let him hit him.
You know.
Mitchell hit him.
So, I mean, there again, you know, hit somebody, tackle them, and stop them, because now I'm going to slowly walk back
Yeah,
because we're under 5.
Can't be giving up 5 yards to carry if you want the
No,
ball back.
no. And there, he's through the hole, he spins, he gets a gain of 2.
Looks like Leonard Adams there dove in at the feet.
Yeah, but when you're trying to get the ball back on the runs there, you can't be relying on your secondary to make the tackles. The D-line and linebackers got to be there to stop it quick.
And if you're Oa right now, I'll give it to the 22 again, or I'll pull it back and I'll take off running.
Yeah, he's shown us today that he can do that. He's definitely part of his game.
4:14 to go. Trailing by 10.
Big play.
Has 3 rushing yards. 3 more would have hurt.
And all you have to do is throw a quick little out here. Timeout, GWC. So, you know, we've looked at the season. We want to thank all the parents that have been around. We want to talk to Ethan Sharpier and the interview he did with Caleb. Want to thank him. I want to thank the guys for going down on the field and attempting a pregame show. Gentlemen, thank you. I can't ask you for enough on that, except maybe more information. But thank you anyway. And to Vito, to Becky, great job from a technical point of view. Joe came up with a lot of different things. Becky requested stuff. We did it for Becky. We've got the in the studio camera, thanks to Joe up on top here on Hornet Radio. It's been a fun football season this year.
Absolutely.
Win, lose, or draw, thank you all here on Hornet Radio for making it a fun year.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, for sure. Thank you, Mark.
There it is. What did I call?
You called it. Oh, you got hit pretty hard there.
Mark's very particular with his word. He said, attempted a pregame show.
Let it out with another tackle there.
Yeah, and you know, they're looking for it because they're thinking when he rounded the corner, he went into a slide. He got hit up high. People would say he gave himself up. I'm going to say no, you
Right.
didn't.
No, when you've been having trouble stopping the run like this all day, you got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've always thought if you're a running quarterback and you're running the ball and it's a designed run, not a quarterback scramble, but a designed run, that should be a free game. There should be no sliding.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a running back at that point.
And who else would you give it to? Well, the man that just runs over everybody. Aaron Mitchell has been the bus that has driven Golden West College from down south to up here. Nick Mitchell, you have done a fabulous job this season as the Hornets call a timeout.
Puts him at about 120 yards on the game, almost 6 yards a carry.
If I'm doing my math correctly, which I'm not a math major, he has 21 rushing attempts. The whole team combined has only 20. He has definitely been the focal point of the run on today's
So
game.
you've got Thomas with 118 yards. You've got Mitchell with 118 yards. That means 236. You add 6 right below that. That gives you 242, and you add 4 onto that. Gives you 246 for those of you who can't do math.
I was talking about the attempts.
Oh, okay. Well, when you look at that, you got 30, 39, 41, 42.
Not including errors. Not including errors. The
Not
whole team,
including-
the
not
whole team
including who?
compared to Aaron. I'm saying Aaron has more rush attempts than the whole team.
Well, that doesn't matter, though. I mean, I'll take Thomas, who's got 8 rushes for 118 yards. You can have him with 22.
How many first downs does he have? He could have a bulk of the first downs with 22 rushing attempts.
You know what? He's got how many a carry?
And then we look at it.
Over 10.
That's the beautiful thing. Just look at it however.
Yeah, they only average 188 yards on the game on the season per game.
Catch by Kendrick Thomas once again adds to his total. See, I'd rather have somebody who averages over 10 yards a carry.
All right. I think Fred Adams.
Let me ask you.
Timeout on the field.
Fred Adams came into the game averaging 9.2 yards per carry.
He did, you know, and I thought Fred had a really, really good season this season. I just think that, unfortunately for Fred, he didn't get to play enough because he got hurt. He disappeared for a while.
Right.
And, you know, again, you look for identities. When we talked to Nick Mitchell when the game started, and we were talking about identities, Nick Mitchell sort of said, hey, if my quarterback feels like he can throw it, I'm going to let him throw the football, but I've got runners that can do things for him. So their identity was whatever works that day.
Right, and I was talking with Mr. Nayland earlier. When you look at the stats don't jump off the page at you from Golden West's point of view. They're well-rounded in every aspect of the game. Like, they're not terrible at anything. They're not the greatest at anything either, but they're just solid at everything. And that's kind of what's got them to this point this season, undefeated and going to win the Central League.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down, and they're going to punt it away, which is interesting. With 2:45 to go. I am. I always think there's a chance.
No timeout.
I still think there's a chance.
Well, you knew they'd have no timeouts. If they were going to get the ball back there, there was going to be no timeouts. Block? Ooh.
No, that's okay. So they're going to let it click down to 2:20. 4 seconds went off before they blew the whistle.
Yeah.
So they're going to down that right at the 26-yard line.
So who we got here? Lunsberger, Schultz.
Shearholz.
Yep.
So Shearholz is in.
Let's make it exciting here, huh?
Yeah, let's just lease one and have it, luck out and go in.
All right.
Goes back.
Oh, no, that's not what I was talking about. Oh, wow.
As you can tell by the crowd.
Five interceptions the other day? Bringing their total of 22 on the year?
You can tell by the crowd noise, and I let that go first. That was all from across the way, and if we had a camera facing this side, the herd is leaving. The swarm is leaving.
Back to the nest they go. Huh?
Back to the nest they go. It's like an exterminator moved in, and the Hornets are flying their way out.
Did you say the cattle?
You know?
The cattle is leaving?
Oh, that's going to be support.
That's on the other side of the field. This would be the swarm.
But they're the rustlers. We're the cattle.
Well, it was a day of disappointment here at Hal Scherbeck Field, the day that they brought in Al Fiola and celebrated his career. Gain of 1.
Tough with that, like having such a good season and ended with the 2 straight losses like that.
Yeah.
Last week was really a gut punch, but.
Well, and here's the thing with the 2 straight losses. You look at it, they were the 2 teams you had to beat.
We talked about it a month ago about circle those days on the calendar, right?
Yeah, and they were the 2 teams you could not beat.
Yep.
So, you know, as much as you want to say what sort of year you had,
right,
it is the year it is. And I know coaches say, well, if this, if that. No, this is who you are as a team. And it's been a good season, not a great season, and not a Fullerton College Hornet season.
But it's a step in the right direction from last season. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because this is the second season with Phil Austin and Coach Crooks, head coach.
Yeah, and they brought Garrett Campbell back for offensive coordinator.
So I think they're going in the right direction. Is that fair to say?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I love Brian Crooks. I love Phil Austin. I like Garrett Campbell. I think they're all a bunch of great coaches on the Fullerton side. And I think they will get this team to be another state championship down the road. The defense probably is not up to Brian Crooks' standards, Phil Austin's standards. I think Garrett Campbell will tell you offensively, it was a much better offense this year than it was last year, but he will be disappointed with the way they played this year.
It's going to be tough trying to rebuild that defense next season, losing an Ethan Sharpier, all-time leading tackler in Fullerton football history. That's going to be a tough player to replace. And,
yeah, well, and you know, realize when you look at all the great, you know, D'Angelo Ross is a defensive back, and we win championships. You go, do we have another? When you look at some of the great running backs that we've had, do you get another? Yeah, they will get another. They will get somebody. They always have. They're a great recruiting school. It's a great educational institution. You love the people that teach here. Again, I know I talk up the educators all the time here. I've been around here long enough to say, yes, the educators care. These coaches care with all their heart. And if you're a player, where else would you want to go except play at a place where your coaches really care? And that's what they do here at Fullerton College.
Absolutely. I see them at practice all the time. They're very passionate. They love this team. They love what they do, for sure.
So it's the kneel down victory celebration for the Rustlers. Nick Mitchell stays undefeated for the year. Touchdown the knee. And that's going to take us to the end of the day. Thank Hornet Radio for making this a fun season here at Fullerton College football for everybody involved with Fullerton College football. Thank you once again for letting us all be involved in all the home games. And to all the parents, thank you for when you get an opportunity watching it here on Hornet Radio. For the entire crew, my buddies that I've been with all these years, thank you one more time as your Hornet football team comes up just a little short here on Hornet Radio.